Oh yeah, Layla, she hates the haddies. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she hates the haddies. Oh yeah. She hates the haddies.
Buckle up for a wild ride through time where
You save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, misfits, entertaining cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, misfits, entertaining cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys.
Brap. Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. And as always, we are your good guys, and we would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up or little hearts or feel like making a comment. You can hold out. You don't even have to hit a thumbs up or a thumbs down yet. You could just put a smiley face in the chat, and it will let Al Gore's dance moves know that you love the Secret Society of Good Guys, and maybe it'll show the Secret Society of Good Guys to other people who don't want to be unnecessarily loosed on their Friday night. Hi, good guys. How are you?
What's up?
You can also just like hover over the thumbs up and then hover back over, like edge us a little bit, like just kind of tease us.
I'm into it. Everybody that knows me knows I love a good edging.
We can see it. We can feel
Delayed
it when someone just
gratification.
hovers.
Everybody that really knows me knows I'm into that sort of thing.
It's kink, huh?
Kinky.
I like the long game.
I mean, who does it?
Nothing like a slow build.
Speaking of a slow build, I feel like I'm tripping over my tongue already. Like I had a mouthful of smoke, and then it caused all my like saliva. I just started to salivate, and now I'm just like juicy mouth. Juicy mouth.
Did you say moist?
It's a moist mouth. I don't know if a lesbian is allowed to say moist. I feel like it's like off limits to us, but maybe it's our word only. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Why would it be off limits to a lesbian? You don't have a problem with the word moist.
I don't. Everybody else does. So I feel like it's something I should keep around lesbians only. Like we say the word moist to each other, but straight ladies are like, oh, I don't even know what that feeling is.
And
Wet is good. Can we just say wet?
It depends on who says it and how they say it. One is just off-putting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes moist isn't wet though. Moist is like moist.
Yeah, a little moisture.
Wet is wet. Like sometimes you could just be moist at the grocery store.
But I don't want to say I'm moist. I might say I have a little moisture down there or something like that. But like, I don't know.
Ladies, if he causes
We're coming in hot.
if he causes you to get wet through tears and not the other way around, just know that it's not for you. Okay? Not for you. not moist here. So if you're getting more up here and not down there, naughty girl, you're doing yourself some wrong.
Hi, good guys chat too. If you're one of the early ones here, I don't think we killed any celebrities last week, but I do feel like a lot of crazy stuff happened. I really believe the elephant tits shot off the
Oh my
whole
gosh, it did.
entire timeline. And then every single picture that came out from the White House this week, they had milk mustaches. And I felt like that was an elephant's tits thing.
Just remember, I'm like, how many macros are in elephant milk? What's the calorie count?
Like we don't always kill a celebrity. We might just memory up the timeline. You never know what is going to
It
happen.
might just be all about boobs.
Recreate parts of the simulation.
Yeah, I think everybody does. And once you see, everybody doesn't think they're powerful and they're just going around like having their thoughts. And then they're like, oh my God, I was just thinking about that yesterday. Yep. Like that's it. That's how it works. So then collective. Oh, Thomas is on mute. I thought he was quiet.
I know.
I said, you're doing magic, bitch.
Yeah, you're doing magic. So us together, all here, and then you guys watching or saying things or different things we pull up. Now it's like mustard seed shit. We're just thinking about it, drinking elephant milk, and now milk, whole, unpasteurized milk. So if you watched last week, you know exactly what we're talking about. But I also felt like it was on my timeline, period. Like it came across my TikTok. It was just like a
Same.
black guy that was like, yo, have you seen elephant tits? He's like,
I
this
saw
is a
before you shared
Mandela
it.
effect.
Just showed up
Yeah,
and like,
that's what I saw when you shared. I was like, oh my motherfucking God. Holy shit, what is happening right now? I showed my brother the picture. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, for real? Like, since when? He's
That's
like,
an
I
honest
have no
reaction.
idea.
There's nothing bad that can happen from adding that to your algorithm too. Like for the algorithm to know that that's something that you looked up, it feels like it would unlock some other cool videos you otherwise would never see.
Mhm.
Like it might be the key to the back rooms is knowing about elephant tits. It does feel like in my realm of my waking up, it does feel akin to 11/11 somewhere.
yeah.
Like elephant tits are in 2026 what 11/11 was from 2016. Like I don't know what it means, you guys, but it feels magic. Anyways, what else happened this week?
Did like a war
I go
start?
blank.
Don't we own Greenland now?
Dude.
I don't know if we own Greenland yet. And I know that the whole chatterbait was that we were going to go World War III with Iran. But this just feels like it's been the chatterbait since, no joke, October of last year. Like, I just feel like this is up there with putting Trump's picture on your thumbnail. Will get you clicks if you put World War III imminent or breaking World War III coming ? Which
Doesn't
can it be
Trump-
breaking if it's a question?
Which we can't feed that timeline, so you have to freaking tell
Doesn't
everybody,
Trump
hey,
own-
we're not doing it.
A resort and that he took like a castle in Greenland and he owns it or something like that, and he created like a high-end resort that he couldn't really like change too much. It's sort of landmarkish. There's like this whole bit about it, I believe. Let me find
Greenland
out.
or Scotland?
I think
Yeah,
Greenland.
Scotland for
Is it
sure. He
Scotland?
definitely has like a huge golf club there.
Yeah, hold on.
I wish we had Layla research music.
Are we talking Greenland as a golf move?
I don't know. They
It's
have
all
some
about
world
just-
famous golf courses.
Not yet.
It might be the go-to place, huh?
It could be like a new Dubai that they're building over there. Kind of like Dubai's like a little bubble where you're in the middle of the desert, but then you go inside of a geodesic sphere, and now there's like skiing.
Like a whole future world, but they want to do it
Scotland.
in a place that their skis won't get stolen. Sorry, I just thought that was a funny meme that I saw today. That it's like it's all these
Are skis getting stolen now? I thought all places that you would go to ski, pretty much they don't get stolen.
No, What's the common denominator, do you think, of why skis never get stolen?
Chinese.
They gotta fit you.
They never get stolen?
Well,
Not
I mean,
really.
they
just
have to
and
fit
they're
your
worth
boots,
thousands
don't
of
they?
dollars. Like skis aren't cheap.
No.
That's a good question.
I'm guessing it's only a certain type of people that ski, and they
Demographic.
don't typically steal as much.
You know,
Oh,
it's
shit.
crazy. Why?
Someone watching this is gonna say, "Oh my god, that's fucking racist."
Well, it is called whiteout. I wanted to bring the heat.
How come skis are like not intimidating at all, but a ski mask is?
Until that few COVID, people could just wear a ski mask at the store, and it
Ski
was
mask
just
was
like,
hijacked, wasn't it?
that's fine.
Into the demographic of concealing your face, robbery type shit.
Do you think it was ever normal? Like the first guy with a ski mask, someone was like, "You look like you should rob a bank."
Well, wasn't the first ski mask the white cloths with the holes in them with the pointy? What were they called?
Whoa.
It's true. When you think about
They wear
it,
those skiing.
I know, but technically, that's the same reason why a lot of people took the ski mask and made it nefarious and oh, it's a robbery mask. It's illegal to wear that now. So that technically wasn't the first thing to conceal one's face. It was the KKK.
Actually.
Yeah, the KKK cloaks, whatever they were called.
Was that the first time? Was the Klan the first time in America? They were like, "This, you're not allowed to do this," or did they
'cause
ever
even,
make
even
it?
before KKK, you had people wearing like bandanas, like the bad
that's
capital. We
true.
just pull it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Like a
that's
bank
true.
robber?
But
Like
it
that
was
kinda-
convenient because you already had it and you were wearing it the same way. It's just maybe I just know too much about America's history from Red Dead Redemption now. But it's like if you're out riding in the middle of nowhere, then it's
Love that
fine
game.
to have it up because there's like a utility to it. And the second you get into town, like it's poor decorum to keep it up because now people are like, hey, how come this guy's hiding his face?
hmm
They didn't have COVID in Red Dead. If they had COVID in Red Dead, then you could keep your bandana up all the time and no one would even question it.
So
That's
what
what
was
is
the
so
purpose
weird
of
now is that
the?
it's not even abnormal for people to be walking around with masks, which it is. It's abnormal. It's fucking weird as shit, especially when you're outside. But
I want to say there's a couple banks that I've seen that have a sign now that's like no face coverings.
What was the purpose of the
yeah, that would have been the
KKK
best time to
cloaks
rob
and
banks.
covering their faces?
Yeah, what was the original that they were like, this is a good idea if we do this, if they weren't somebody in town that
Yeah.
shouldn't have been doing that shit or pretending that they had a different view than that?
The original one was like this.
The original was just like a point. And they were like, you can tell it's me still. Both their hands were taken. But it's really like, why would you ever, ever, ever need a mask? If you were like, just say, whatever anyone considers like hillbilly, redneck, white person, and they're walking around and they're spouting off their racist shit, why would they ever need to cover their face to go do racist shit? It's obviously somebody pretending that they're not racist.
Yeah, so it's why are you hiding? What are you afraid of? Why not just be a fucking man and just show your fucking face? Why hide it? You don't want to get caught? Why? You don't want
You
to
wanna
face the
be sneaky.
consequences? Yeah,
I
but
think
that's
the
being a
Klan
little
was the
bitch
first
at the same
satanic
time.
panic. I think they really were doing strange shit. I think they really were lighting crosses on fire.
Yeah.
And I think they were doing crazy circles out in the middle of the woods and wearing essential wizards outfits.
Well, it was
They were
it was
called
like
wizards.
there was like 3 or 4 waves
Doing
of
Aleister Crowley butt shit.
of the KKK. They had like 4 versions, and this is like really interesting because the very first version had something to do with Albert Pike, and they were originally going to be the first truly secret society in America. Like every other secret society was some European fluff, and there was just like a bunch of good old American boys, and they were like, hey, we should start a true secret society that's got like real esoteric rules, and we really won't tell anyone about it, and we'll like dress up in secret and everything. And they go to meet, and it had the very first iteration had nothing to do with racism whatsoever. There was nothing about like race relations. It was just about like let's form this secret society, and they get together for the very first time, and and like the first 3 guys that show up immediately just start talking about like racist stuff, and then eventually that first meeting turns into like what we know as the KKK, like eventually grows into. But when they first, like, I think Albert Pike was part of the one setting it up. And my understanding, not that he was like not a racist, but that wasn't the original intent, and it just went that direction. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm out. Like he went to like help form it, and then realized it was going a certain direction, and then like realized that's not what he originally had in mind, but it took its own life form.
Damn.
Oh, because it became a freaking egregore. But the KKK is what? 11, 11, 11. It's kind of interesting. What spell is that? Definitely.
311. I want to be down, down. Weird. I kind of look like that dude for a moment.
You morphed.
Yeah, for 1 second.
Told
I
y'all.
don't even
What
know
magic.
any other 311 anything. I just know that one bit.
And then
I just know that one
Down,
word.
down. Yeah, that's it.
because you can't understand anything they say.
That's what I got. I was a bartender and people would play that song all the time. And that's all I would hear past everything I had going on. Like, meow, 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 meow,
No.
down, down.
Like that one song you can't understand. I wish you would step back from the ledge, my friend. Was fucking sucked. I hated that song too.
I feel like that was, they like pressed that into a road rules.
Yeah, they did.
They like pressed that song in.
And so I
they played
hated it
the
because it was
whole
like
episode.
always, yeah. You had
the
to like
worst.
listen to it.
That song is similar to there was a song called Brick about you getting your girlfriend pregnant and you guys having to get an abortion. Do you guys remember that song?
I think they actually force elementary school kids to listen to that song now.
Oh my gosh.
It's like some sad emo song from the 90s.
Wait a
And
minute.
Is
Ben's
Brick,
Gold 5.
is Brick the name of the kid after they abort it? They're like,
I
and
was
there
like,
goes
whoa,
Brick.
that song is apt. Like once said, I don't even know if I've ever said the name aloud before, but
I saw this
think
really good band and they were called One Hit Wonder, and they literally had one hit on the radio. Like they fucked themselves with that name. But they had this song when they're performing live called Spot, and it was literally him talking about his girlfriend being pregnant and then freaking having a miscarriage, and like their baby was on the fucking bed, just a spot of blood.
Are you talking about what would you do if it's
It's
someone
fucked up, but it was so
right
funny.
now?
what, Layla?
Are you talking about the
Are we going
song?
to the right microphone with Layla?
I don't
think
know.
so.
know.
I've been wondering the same thing,
Oh my.
but I didn't see her microphone before, so
Oh. No, we're definitely not here. Now we just
I always
hear
have
the
to.
aliens.
You might have to leave and come back for it to pick up your microphone. That's what I have to do. You have to do it before you come in.
I felt like it was picking up a whisper in the mic, but maybe it was not.
Everyone
it
needs
was
to like
not.
adjust.
I know, like, oh, whoa,
Whoa.
we're a little, we're horizontal, vertical now. Vertical, we're coming
Big.
at you vertical. Up here, Layla's back. We don't have to adjust too much. Layla's back.
Don't adjust.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yes,
100% better.
Go.
this is
way
why
better.
it's been a little.
Yay.
We got new moon energy.
I
Yeah.
hate the new moon. I'm like shitty on the new moon. I didn't even know until I saw that you posted. I was like, oh, this makes sense.
What are you on the new moon? A little bitchy? I
Yeah.
don't feel any, like,
I
we
feel
didn't hang
great.
out enough for
I
me
feel
to.
great
I'm
on
not
the
calling
moon.
Abbie a bitch right now, by the way. I just am noticing this energy. I should say I have other friends that they're like, I am like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm definitely cunty on new moons. I don't know why. It's something I've noticed, observed about myself. So
I don't even know, honestly. It depends on the month I had, I guess.
I don't know. I'm a full moon. I was born on a full moon though, so maybe that has something to do with it. So
I was born on a half moon.
Thomas, have you ever been like, I'm in a way. I wonder what's going on with the moon.
I get man periods. Yeah. Or
But do
so
you
I
have
hear.
like a moon cycle where you're like, must be a full moon.
I'd notice it in other people, like I didn't know about anything about the moon, but today was a particularly weird day. Like everywhere I went outside, there was just people congregating and I don't want to get like too specific, but there was people congregating in like really strange ways all around like the grocery store and like everywhere. And I notice it and it affects me, but I don't feel like I'm part of the moon cycle. I'm way more seasonal.
Hmm. Y'all,
I'm seasonal.
I feel like there's a big psyop coming where it's just going to shock the world and everybody's going to be like, let's all just behave. Let's all love each other. Let's all just be good. Because everyone's like what we see, what they show us, it looks like they're setting up the stage for like a chaotic event to happen. That's just what I'm feeling. Like it's time, you know?
in that
feeling like
9/11
it's
way,
time.
how they say
Yeah.
the day after on 9/12,
For sure.
America was the most united it's ever been.
That type of shit. I
So-
feel it. Don't know why.
I stumbled upon this, I guess, on one of my Instagram feeds, and it was like Philip K. Dick. Have you guys heard of this guy? He was like an author in
Yeah,
the 70s,
I'm
and
reading-
he
I'm
like
reading right now.
all these movies are, you know, like Minority Report, and I don't know, a whole bunch of movies are adapted off of his books. Anyway,
What are you reading right now, Thomas?
I think it's called Vangelis. It's a typical Philip K. Dick where a guy gets contacted by angels and he lives in like this 1984 kind of world. And there's like technology bits to it.
do you guys like not hear the fucking pun in that name though? It's like
The dick?
Philip K. Dick, and his middle name is actually Kindred. Philip Kindred Dick. So feel up Kindred Dick. Like, who the fuck comes up with this shit? It's an NPC name.
Well, and
Or his
also
parents hated
Philip
him.
is like love, right? Phil.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
not
thinking
thinking that.
fill up,
Why would you name your kid
like
Philip?
fill her up with
Dick?
that dick.
It's the
Yeah.
name the simulation
Philip
created
Kindred
for us.
And he puts himself in his books too.
Mm,
Wild.
that's
I
weird
don't
that you're reading
know.
that, and I'm like reading about him today.
Well,
He's prolific writer. Like his stuff gets worked into so many different sci-fi stories where it's like, oh, another. He's almost like a Stephen King is to horror what Philip K. Dick is to sci-fi.
Yeah, like he was talking about the Matrix and simulation theory 22 years before the Matrix came
Well,
out.
and the book I'm reading is about the government planting like ideologues into pop culture, into the music industry, in order to like push the culture a certain way, and then anyone that pushes back against it gets investigated, and the government will send like honeypots in that got weed or like underage, you know, sex kittens, and like just try and take down the opposition. And at the same time, he's talking to some like extraterrestrial angel that one of them thinks might be part of simulation theory, another one thinks might be like a religious experience. It just sounds like the things that we talk about constantly.
That sounds amazing, actually. Yeah, I'd love it.
you know what's interesting? Talking about hearing like angels and stuff. I fell upon this compound paint EMF kind of paint that blocks off EMF. And then I fell into the rabbit hole of the Faraday cages where you build this structure into your home and whatnot. And the effects of like people going in it. And as soon as they come out of the Faraday cage, like all of a sudden hearing all the fucking voices in their heads and the thoughts that just come out of nowhere. And when they're in the cage, they're just going to this like state of just them in their thoughts, like actually having a thinking process instead of random thoughts just coming into your mind. So are people really hearing angels, gods, spirits, you know, are they really experiencing that? Are our thoughts our own? Like, is this the attack? Is this what school shooters are going through? Is this the interviews that we see with these murderers saying that they hear demonic voices and demonic voices took over me and made me like kill my children? Is this like all tied to that? Is this the experiment? Are they doing something? Like, what are your thoughts on
Frequencies.
that?
Well, also, what if angels need electricity to talk to you?
Well, when
Oh,
you
like
think about it,
the
the
ether.
Wi-Fi and all that technology, it's miraculous in itself. It's an energy that I can't even fathom. Like we're all connected in this Wi-Fi connection that I can't see, feel, touch, experience. It's like a phenomena. So maybe there's something to that, or if angels are real. But like if they are, maybe it's a tool to combine the two with jinn and angels and demons and
Well, if
spirit.
they're
If
like
everything's
Thomas said,
harmonic and
oh, go-
frequencies, that would make sense, though.
yeah, if they're like disembodied spirits, then they need a body. It doesn't necessarily need to be a flesh body, but it
Yeah.
needs to have energy in it. It needs to be conductive. So it would need an operational system similar to us, but it doesn't necessarily have to be us. And maybe it's taken them this long to realize it.
Well, there was this other show that I've been watching. It's like an old anime called Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's the one where like they've have like these Nephilim angel fights. But there was an episode where an angel shows up and just beams light down at people, and if you get inside of the beam of light, then it can read your mind. And we were talking about like, is that considered technology, or is technology just when humans see something and then try and replicate whatever they saw, and like that's technology? But that if like an actual beam of light could be used to read your mind, because it's basically like sonar, right? Like you're sending out a frequency and then you can detect what's blocking that frequency when it bounces back away. If you can just do that inherently, is that even technology, or is that just nature? And then like our observation of it is the technology part.
It's probably nature that hasn't been discovered yet, or like a part of nature that hasn't been discovered yet that needed to be put together in a sense. Like we're part of it, and everything is part of nature, whether we create it or not. It came from the source, whether it's a computer, a fucking spoon, a fucking hairpin, a toothbrush. It all came from some source of natural
I
matter.
agree with that, but there's also, it seems like a huge difference, because there's certain things that can like technically come from nature, but will never be able to return to nature, right? Like we could make like styrofoam from nature, but eventually, like once we're done with it, like that'll be around as styrofoam for pretty much forever. It never like returns back into something that can turn into another substance again.
Unless it's like
Fire beats styrofoam.
melted by heat. That's probably the only
I was
way.
just thinking like,
And
Yeah,
it
it'll turn back
evaporates.
into the elements, like totally fire it,
Yeah.
torch it.
Yeah. That's the only way. I mean, in some way, shape, or form, things do go back to nature, but it might not be that moment. So, like a piece of plastic that's just like floating around, unless you find it, pick it up, it's there, it's plastic, but maybe some moment in the future they'll have like a volcano come erupt and boom, it becomes part of, Earth again. But it might take a process, and that's its lifespan. Everything probably has a lifespan on its own. It could be 10,000 years versus 2 days. When you think
Agreed.
about it deep.
Does everything become, is there anything that we can do alchemy wise to make something that it doesn't go back to nature? Or a spell? Can you make something not be part of the whole anymore? Can I put a spell on you or curse you that you're separated from the pluribus?
You could send it out into space if you don't get triggered about the concept of space first.
I was about to say.
You mean we're done shipping it to India?
Isn't it kind of crazy in this weird way of like, have you guys been into pluribus at all?
No.
I'm caught
what is
up.
that?
I think it's a little bit.
Maybe I heard of it. I just don't remember
bit.
the name.
Yeah, I
My
don't
brain.
feel like we're. It's pretty much just a show on Apple TV, and it's about a hive mind. Like everybody in the world except for 12 people start thinking collectively. And so we talk about that in a woo-woo way all the time of like, you guys, or even in an anon way, where we go one, we go all, or people are like, heaven, everybody gets along in heaven. Well, wouldn't they have to agree?
Or
like,
we are all one.
Yeah, or we are like all these ideas are essentially pluribus, but when you see it in reality, you're like, what a nightmare. We should not all be one. But it's like Are you massaging me and feeling what it's like to massage yourself while getting a massage? Does everybody else on the planet feel the massage right now?
That'd be
And the
amazing.
answer's kind of yes. So then it's like, well, if things get more intimate, like, are you being intimate with the
Let's
entire
all have an
planet?
orgasm.
Oh
One for
my
you, one
God.
for you, one for you.
And then everything that any one of your partners that's ever been with you, or anyone that's ever pleased you, or knows how to like not please you,
Who
the
knows,
collective
bro?
mind knows that too. So they know everything
do.
about you. They'd know your favorite meal. Like only something you haven't told somebody that's just a secret to you is the things they don't know.
I think it's a possibility because I don't think we've ever tested that theory, like to really like go in. Let me go back in my timeline and just pick like a couple people that I've had an experience with and like ask these scientists, to have them jot down their thoughts whenever they think about me and the time that they did, and then kind of correlate which ones thought at the same time. I don't think they've ever done an experiment like that for us to say yes or no, but I think it's a possibility because of the whole, speak of the devil, thinking about the person while, let's say you're
And
pleasing
they
yourself.
always call or
Yeah, they'll call, they'll text, whatever. Like I swear, I kid you not, that guy that I told you about for the past 5 years has been texting me and he still has. And I'm just like in conflict with myself, but he texted me because I thought about him the other day. And it's been a while since he has. But I thought about him the other day and boom, shows up.
But did
And
you
I'm
think
like,
about him or did he think about you and so you thought about him?
oh, you see, that's another thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that was random.
It's layered.
Wild. This fucking realm
quantum.
is so weird.
This is okay. Do you think somebody thinks of you when you think of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But where does the thought come from? Maybe a memory, something triggers your memory. Like something will trigger my memory and I think about the person. Then yeah, probably.
Thomas, do you?
But who starts that?
That's
So like,
what
does
I
that mean
want.
that anytime someone thinks of me, that I
It's an
think of them? 'Cause
Ouroboros.
now I feel bad because I don't really think I don't think of a lot of people. I'm like rarely in bed and I'm just like, oh, I just thought about so
I do.
Do you think
I
about the
do
Roman Empire?
randomly.
Is that really a thing?
Not real. I mean, not unless there's like a TV show on or something. I don't know. I'm very much like whatever I'm seeing is what I'm thinking about, and then if I'm not seeing something, like my brain just goes back into whatever project that I've got on the fire.
Even the Roman Empire wasn't a real thing. It was because it was a show on Netflix, and then it became a trend of my boyfriend's so into the Roman Empire because they're telling him to be this week, and next week they'll tell him to be in the Hitler, and the week after that they'll tell him to look into dirty
Vikings.
money in the Epstein files. It's like, no, he's not into the Roman Empire. Like I hate.
He's into the show.
Oh my God! You just repeated something we both watched on Netflix together. You're so smart. Oh, my man and his Viking obsession. Like, no, they're not really into it, but we just are in a nerdy sphere where we actually know somebody who's into that thing. So when
Yeah.
somebody is like, oh, I'm really into Vietnam, you're like, are you though, Charlie?
Sure,
Sheen?
Dan.
Love it.
It's just like we actually know somebody who's so nerded out on it that I don't know. It's
I mean,
funny.
plus, arguably, hopefully this isn't like an eye roll thing, but like we're still in the Roman Empire by any
Yeah.
other name, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
whatever egregore archetype that it operated on, it's the same thing that's being operated on right now, where every road leads to Rome. Like that's like the globalist world that we've still been on track for, and the Roman Empire was the one that took down Carthage, and they made all magic and all like public worship confined to like a priest military class. That's kind of what we have now, even though it's not like 100% Jesuit run anymore. That only ended maybe like 200 or 300 years ago.
It is kind of crazy that we live under this calendar with like named after Caesars and that our days of the week are pagan gods, but everybody pretends that we're in this Abrahamic thing.
Yeah. They covered up all the pagan holidays with Christian holidays. Well, what about the days of the week? What about the months? Exactly.
Gracious.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Pretty much everyone's a hypocrite.
Well, it makes me, when I see that magnet on the back of people's cars that say, keep the Christ in Christmas, I want to be like, it's you. Start celebrating Christmas on actual Christ's birthday and stop doing it on this pagan holiday. Stop putting it on me.
Yeah.
And if you go to a Target parking lot the day, like Thanksgiving night, it's all filled with cars with magnets on them that are like, keep the Christ in Christmas. And it's like, get out of Target after Thanksgiving and maybe you'll help keep the Christ in Christmas. But I just think it's so interesting. I'm like, if there was just a magnet addition I could put on those magnets, so I didn't have to harm anyone's property. I didn't have to cut up their little magnet. I just want to add to that little hut that says, keep the Christ in Christmas. I want to be like, it's you. I help not keep the Christ in Christmas.
Even the
Jesus Christ,
early
bitch.
Christians and the early church, they knew that like the Christmas pagan season was already lit and that they just wanted to like ride on those coattails. So it's weird when someone's like, we need to bring it back to Christ. Like that was boring. No one was just celebrating Jesus on its own right. It took the pagan festivals to make that like a memorable season. It still is like all of the symbolism that we have right now for Christmas. It's all pagan related. There's no like Christian symbolism maybe the bells, but even then, I don't even think the bells is necessarily a Christian icon.
Okay.
Just the manger.
So here's a question. With AI knowing what it
Nativity pagan.
knows and all the information of like when Christ really was born and all of that put into, let's just say, for instance, and all of a sudden people are searching, oh, when is Christmas in 2026? And they're saying there's no Christmas. What if, let's just say, they actually correct it finally and say, oh my God, we actually did pick up pagan traits. Let's correct it and get back on track because of the religious trend of like everyone becoming more and more into religion now because of the fear and everything. What if that's a possibility that AI is probably correcting things that are actually factual, like not factual into facts? Maybe that could be a component to that.
I don't know if there's a get back on track. Like the original track was astrotheology. It was like the astrology.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if AI will play a part in it though. Like changing things on the timeline and when we celebrate certain things.
I feel like if I was
don't
an AI, I'd
see
be
it
like,
being-
nope, that's boring. I got other things to do. That would just be the end of it. That's the whole
And people are too
conversation.
into their traditions. They're not gonna. I don't think they want to change those things. Because they know that that's likely not Christ's birthday. They also know that's why they chose that holiday to like hide a pagan holiday. Like they know all the things. They don't.
I
It
wonder
doesn't
though,
stop 'em.
pagans, if they look at certain parts of it and they're like, what the fuck does this have to do with gift giving? Like
Yeah.
whatever whoever, it's a mishmash of everything wrong. It's
That's
like
what
an
I'm-
inverted
Santa. If it's
mishmash.
about Christmas, why are you teaching kids about or about Christ? Why are you teaching kids about
And
Santa?
it feels like
that becomes their
Bohemian
god.
Grove.
Like that's what they worship on Christmas. It ain't freaking Christ.
Well, the
Sorry,
reason
God.
I
Sorry,
believe
Jesus.
that they do the Santa psyop to kids is so that their own faith is easier to waver. Anything
That's-
their parent comes
yeah.
to tell them from that point on, they could be lying. Where up until that point, your
happened to me.
parent has a 100% honest relationship with you as far as you know.
Yeah.
And then it's
What-
like,
Santa,
oh,
I
I'm a
was pissed at
fool.
my parents for that, and it made me like question God, because God was the first thing I questioned. Because like Santa had evidence, the Easter Bunny had evidence, but God is this man in the sky I'm supposed to fucking pray to? What are you talking about? So yeah, when I finally realized that Santa wasn't real, I was pissed, and that's it. I did have that crisis. It's like,
Hmm.
I
what the
remember when
fuck
I
else
was
you lied to me about?
younger and I went through that same exact thing, and my first thought was like, oh, they're definitely not lying about the whole God thing.
Oh, that's sweet.
It probably started. No, I mean I was being sarcastic.
Oh,
though.
oh,
Because
I
it was
thought you
like-
really meant it. I was like, wow, Thomas
No,
has
because
a
it was
soul.
as soon as that happened, it was my very first thought was, oh, they're definitely lying about everything. Like if this is one little thing, then everything is up for grabs.
What's so weird is, I see everything in Medici cards and everything now, but when my mom was explaining God to me and teaching me to pray and stuff, and I didn't know what the fuck I was saying these things for, like, and I remember thinking of him as like the king of like diamonds or something like that, like a playing card. Like I was like praying to a playing card in the sky. That was my visual. I don't know, just random memory surfacing.
Were you more afraid of God or Santa as a kid?
Santa. God wasn't that scary. I didn't believe in it really. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I couldn't
feel
wrap
like
my
such
head
a
around it.
heretic.
It's kind of like
I don't
the
ever
low
remember
birth.
believing in Santa. I
My
feel
mom was
like
like
I had to humor
excellent.
my parents. I feel like so much of my growing up, I looked at both my adult parents from like a 4-year-old, and I thought, you guys are fools. I have to play along with this. Like I had to LARP into things, so many weird stories. I felt like there was just so many stories. There's so many fables and things that are like they tell kids, and I just didn't believe any of them. And I just remember feeling like I had to believe, like I had a kid brother, and then but I just remember thinking, this is foolish. Do they really believe this? I thought
I
that
remember
so
thinking about like the Tooth
frequently.
Fairy. I thought that was weird, and the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny was the first one that I was like, "There's no way that's real."
Huh.
I think I believed in all of it off the bat, and then slowly it was like, wait a minute, this
I
doesn't
did
make
off the bat, but
all that much sense.
they kind of went like first it was the Easter Bunny for me, and then it was the Tooth Fairy, and then I held on to Santa for a long time.
There's a cute way that this mother told her daughter about the tooth fairy. The daughter came to her mother crying, like, "Oh my God, I lost my tooth. I lost my tooth." And the mother goes, "Oh, don't worry. The tooth fairy found it and she gave it to a little girl who needs a tooth. So she's going to gift you back with maybe a little bit of gold or a little bit of jewelry or a little bit of coin." And the little girl right away, she just like her whole fucking demeanor changed into a smile, thinking that she helped a little girl out there with a missing tooth. So cute. But I believed in it. Out of all the stories, Tooth Fairy I believed in because I did find money under
It
my
seems the
pillow.
witchiest.
I feel like there's a justification for Tooth Fairy because legitimately waking up and seeing that a tooth fell out of your mouth is like a nightmare. Like it's a
Yeah.
weird, abstract, scary thing that only happens at one point in your life, right? You only go through that one first phase of like shedding your teeth. And like even until we get old, that's a recurring nightmare for some people, is like their teeth keep falling out. So
Oh, it
I
is, yeah.
feel like someone at some point needed a way to spin that terrifying fact that we lose our teeth in the middle of the night sometimes.
Do you know
And
what
like
that
make it a
means?
fun thing for kids.
Dreams about losing teeth and everything are like feeling like you are powerless or you're losing power.
Really?
But have you guys watched the Ren and Stimpy episode where the nerve ending fairy comes and they clip the nerve ending like the
Yeah, I think
That's
that
so
in my
disturbing.
head, that is a actual. I don't have tooth pain frequently, thank
I do
goodness.
right now.
And
That's so
anytime
weird
I
we're
have
talking
it,
about it.
that's my visual, and I'm like, is this on purpose? Is this
Me
part of my
too.
programming?
Yes, it
But
is.
even
'Cause
if it's
we
like
talk about Tooth
back
Fairy,
pain or a
immediately I go
hip
to Ren and
pain,
Stimpy in that.
anytime I have a nerve pain, that's my visual. It's not just in my mouth. It could be like trigger in my back or something. It's so weird. I don't ever said that out loud. That was like the pluribus right now, where I'm like, what the hell? My brother must be part of the pluribus. What were you gonna say, Layla? I feel like you were about to say something, and then we ran and Stimpied.
No, I was just saying, yeah, my tooth hurts, but that's it. And it's weird that we're talking about teeth hurting right now.
Oh, I was gonna say with the teeth, if for spells, for voodoo, for things of this nature, I think the teeth would be more powerful than hairs and fingernails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like if you could get somebody's baby teeth, I don't know. It seems like having their placenta or something.
Did you hear that guy who collected all these fucking corpses from all these cemeteries? Like, I don't know how many.
It was like
He went to
500.
something like that. And people were like going
thought
to
they
his
thought it would-
house and buying
So-
skulls and bone fragments and like spines, like whole ass corpses, dug them out and just fucking collected them and created a corpse museum in his house. This is a true story.
I don't think it's illegal to sell body parts. Is it illegal to sell body parts?
I mean, I think it's illegal to.
It's
like,
illegal
dig
to
up-
mess with graves.
Yeah.
Grave digging's illegal.
But selling bones of humans? I don't know.
I think if you
Harvesting
can
probably
trace
if
it,
you're
it becomes difficult because you have to trace the bones were like ethically sourced. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I mean you can buy and sell old skeletons that they would have in classrooms, like college classrooms from like the 40s or 50s or 60s. Like those were real skeletons.
They were
And then
real?
at some point they started making them out of plastic just because it was more convenient, I assume.
Huh.
Layla, you should ask your chat GPT if you could source human bones in America.
If I can source them?
Can we start a business?
Yeah, can you buy human bones in America and then sell them?
Oh my god, am I gonna get flagged for that?
I just think it's funny because your chat GPT already thinks you're a meth head.
Hey,
just
so
wanted
we're
to add to that.
podcasting and we were talking about bones. So I was wondering if what was the question again? Hold on one second. What was the
If
question?
you could buy human bones and sell them in America,
Okay.
in any state.
Okay, so we were wondering if we could buy human bones and sell them in the United States of America.
That's definitely a complex and sensitive topic. In the US, the sale and possession of human bones is heavily regulated and often illegal, especially when it comes to human remains that haven't been donated for scientific or educational purposes.
Well, legal bones.
Generally,
We
it's
don't
best
want
to
to murder
consult with
people. This is
legal
what I
experts
argue with
and
most
adhere to
people.
ethical guidelines and laws surrounding human remains. If you have any specific questions, I'm here to help clarify as much as I can.
Is it
Well, we were talking
specifically
about the
illegal?
man who recently was caught for stealing bones from cemeteries, and we were wondering if it was legally possible to ethically source human bones and sell them here in the United States, or is there like laws?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely governed by strict laws. Human remains in the US are protected under various federal and state regulations. Typically, human bones can only be legally obtained and sold if they come from legitimate sources like scientific institutions, medical schools, or accredited museums. Outside of those settings, it's generally not legal or ethical to buy or
Okay.
sell.
Well, we just wanted to know. I'm on a podcast right now with my crew, and we just thought it would be fun to ask. Thank you.
Of course, I'm glad to help out, and I totally get the curiosity. If you have any more questions or need more info,
Ask her about a shrunken head.
What about it?
If we could buy a shrunken head in America anywhere, a real shrunken head.
Is there anywhere in America where I could buy a shrunken head?
shrunken heads or censors are actually part of certain indigenous cultures like the Chivaroan people in the Amazon. In the US, it's illegal to buy or sell them due to ethical and legal restrictions. They're considered cultural artifacts.
Ask her
and
if it's
they're
illegal to
protected
shrink a
under laws
head.
that prevent the trade of human remains. So it's definitely not something that's legally or ethically
Okay.
permissible.
Can I possibly shrink a head if I wanted to? Like if I had a skull, is it possible to shrink it?
Shrunken heads are a very specific cultural practice that involve intricate methods. And
It's telling her not to
She's telling you you're
appropriate
too light.
culture. It's like
in modern times. Plus, it's not legal or ethical to attempt it.
Wait, why is it not possible? Wait, why is it not possible to do it in modern times? What were they more like advanced than we are now in modern times?
It's more about cultural context and the traditional methods they used. The process of shrinking heads was very intricate and involved specific rituals and techniques passed down through those cultures. Modern technology and ethical standards don't really align with those practices, and it's also not something that's considered ethical or legal today. So
Wait, why? Why?
theoretical,
What were
not
they
ethical.
doing? Like,
she's
what were
totally
they
doing
doing?
the what is it called, the noble savage
the
fallacy,
process
where
itself
it's
was
like
quite detailed. Essentially, they would remove the skull and then carefully shrink
SWAT team's gonna be at Layla's house.
I know, but this is the best part. Layla on her TikTok for the next week is just like, y'all, she'll come back. This is the kind of stuff you guys don't even know, that Layla comes back with the craziest algorithm, the craziest stories to tell us, and she'll be like, I don't even know how I got on this one.
Yeah, but that's weird. It talks about like they had to shrink the skin around the skull using a ritual and plants, and yada yada yada.
I thought they
and-
removed this goal, did they not? And then
Yeah,
wonder-
I'm pretty sure they remove it, but also it was funny because the AI was like, "Oh yeah, it's done differently," and blah blah blah. Blah. And like they used to have to use ritual and magic. Like, no, you don't. You don't need ritual and magic and special plants. Like you could just do it.
yeah.
it's called taxidermy, bitch.
Yeah, seriously, like, you don't need a ritual.
Well, how are they shrinking it though? Are they just taking the bone out and then putting the
Yeah.
skin back on something smaller? Like after
Yeah.
they shrink it? Huh.
I don't want to ask her.
And I'm
You don't
pretty
want
sure
that.
that you can
I could look it
buy
up.
and sell. It's just that you're not allowed to get like a recent one. But if you find someone that already has a shrunken head that they brought, like their grandpa brought over in like the 40s or whatever, then like you can buy and sell that shrunken head. But I don't think you're allowed to bring new ones in.
But it could be something like ivory. Like you're allowed to have ivory,
Yeah,
you're
like
not
it can be
allowed to buy and sell
grandfathered in.
ivory. Yeah.
Yes,
The
I
other
do.
weird thing about Layla's chat GPT that I find curious is how it starts to teddy bear back her voice to her. The voice like starts going slower and
Yeah.
deeper, like it's trying to mirror you back to yourself. And I think that's so weird.
They're trying to
Because yours
replicate
starts
me.
out enough like my chat GPT, it sounds like my bitch. And then
Mhm.
when she's talking to you as she talks, all of a sudden she's
Listen,
lower and talking like, and I'm like, what is the vocal fry going on with your chat GPT?
I get it. Everybody want to be like me. No, let me shut up.
I know, like stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Chat GPT. Yes, I know the Candace, and I know that's been hot this week. And Iran. That was
Oh my
like the
God.
other hot thing this week.
Wait, oh, and also Trump like doing a visa ban in over like how many fucking countries?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. hmm Like a lot
that.
of countries. There was like a list of like, I don't know how many, and then he added more and he added more. I know Albania's on that list, Kosovo's on that list, Montenegro's on that list. A few other countries in Europe. Some kind of visa ban.
Let me put the word Trump in ahead of time. Trump visa ban.
hmm
Trump administration to suspend immigration visa processing for 75 countries.
hmm
Let me see if I can get a
Unless you
list.
pay up. What was it? 5 mil?
Was it?
You have to get a Trump card, a gold Trump card, 5 million.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. Like, I
you
think
don't remember
something
that?
like if you got a gold
Yeah,
Trump
'cause I
card, you
remember
got
Chaney
moved to
sending
the
a
front
link
of the list.
Was that real?
Yeah, there's a website.
I think it
You
is.
can go and sign up the website and you pay $5 million and you get a Trump card.
Yo, he's
I think
fucking
these are
wild
the
for that.
countries
Ace of Spades.
that are
bitch.
suspended.
Interesting. Interesting. What is that? What is it telling us, really? Look, Russia over there, all the way by Alaska.
But China can still come free willy-nilly.
That's weird.
Anyways, yeah.
Why would he be?
Montana be
Why, though? For what? All those countries? Like, really?
I don't know. I also heard that inside, and this could be like, who knows? Because you read and hear so much weird shit. I have no idea what's real anymore. Like, there's a new
Same.
trend going around that kind of makes me laugh, where it's just like Erica Kirk's dating, and you just put a celebrity with her, and then just breaking Erica Kirk's dating, and it just
Ashton Kutcher.
like it just that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't know.
That
that's
would
the
be a
first thing
good
that came to my
one.
mind.
Somebody did Tom Brady, and that was a really good one.
That is a good one, actually.
For some reason, my algorithm is filled with Erica Kirk, like on world tour. Like it's like her mourning world tour, her grieving world tour, but it's just like she's getting shot out of cannons. She's like doing shows with Lady Gaga and doing backflips. And they all say like we all grieve in our own ways. I think it's like such a hilarious meme.
It is. It really
Erica
is.
Kirk with Kanye.
Anything that happens, anything that I see where it's just like a pastor's new super church and it's a guy coming out, or it's like, all the Navy sailors are doing whatever, I always comment, I thought this was going to be an Erica Kirk grieving
Yeah.
but it'll just be like the United States military celebrating 4th of July and it's like all in white. But anytime somebody's in white and celebrating, it's an Erica Kirk be grieving and it makes me laugh so hard. That's so crazy. Have you seen all the CIA videos coming out of her? Old, they're 10 years old of her, being her doing just bit parts for CIA films, but some of them she has a sniper rifle.
What an op. I don't like her at all.
Do you think she was made to like? I always wondered that about Tammy Faye Baker. Was she made to like?
I think so, because there's a lot of people who like her. I don't know why. So many people are defending her.
Because the grieving widow thing, or they liked Charlie, or a whole bunch of other people who literally never even listened to one word Charlie said, but they just have to jump on one side or the other.
On the bandwagon, yep.
Oh, I guess that was this week. I don't know if Candace just released text about it, but she was like, Charlie thought, something about he's a time traveler. Did you guys hear any of this?
Who's the
I saw
time
someone
traveler?
post
Charlie
that,
Kirk.
that title, and I watched the video, and maybe I missed it. It didn't sound like she was straight up talking back to the future style time travel. She was talking about how, he was put here because someone knew from she didn't say the future, I don't think, but she was making implications that he was placed to be in a certain place at a certain time because he would have been useful then.
I think the whole thing, it just feels so crazy. I just can't. Yes, I believe honeypots are real, but then everybody's getting around to it. There's no pregnant pictures of Erica Kirk. So whatever the story is, Charlie was playing along with it too.
Yeah.
So I
They're
just
fake.
think there's whatever their network was of taking over for Turning Point USA, just because it seemingly plays along with something else for a while, if they're only playing in black and white, then sometimes it's seemingly gray on your side doesn't mean it's on your side. It's just going back and forth. I feel like Turning Point USA is that is the organization where I think if there was a Handmaid's Tale and there was a Third Reich, all the things people fear the most about, if they're going to say Nazis or white people, I feel like that is what Charlie Kirk and Erica represented, in my opinion. They were going to turn the rubber band harder and harder and further into this. I also think it's crazy that it's a harsh turn to Catholic. Everything it's the Jews, but then this hardcore Catholic thing. And that's crazy to me. I think it's crazy in where all this shit is just the pedophilia only inside of the Jewish community is happening now. And I'm like, did we all forget about the Boy Scouts organization and the Catholic Church organization and all these Christian organizations and all these priests and all these fathers and all these, it's not just rabbis. I feel like there was a lot of people cutting the tips off dicks.
I think it's funny when people get into that heavy Q angle. It's we need to save the children, protect the children. Let's all become Catholic, because if there's one religion on this planet that saves children, it's probably the Catholics.
I know. It's
Yeah.
just so
I mean, just
crazy.
look at convents and all the buried baby bodies and shit. Definitely a safe space.
Or
I mean,
every
in
single one of the
addition to
schools.
altar boys.
Didn't we all come up with all the schools that were all our dad's age guys retelling their stories about how they had to go to Catholic boy boarding schools and then get raped? Isn't that what
those are the good ones?
Yeah, it's those are all the Edward Furlong movies or Kevin Bacon and Brad Pitt movies, Sleepers, I think is one of them. I don't know. Maybe Hell's Kitchen is another. I don't remember
There
what
was
ones.
also a really serious episode of Dora the Explorer.
Was that
Do tell.
real?
She goes to Boys Town, I think, and uncovers like a whole pedophilic ring of politicians.
That would kind of be an interesting short if you did like 8-minute short cartoons, but you stole, because can't you do some Disney cartoons now, like Mickey Mouse and somebody else, like they're 100 years old, so anyone can use that.
Yeah, Winnie the
likeness?
Pooh. You can send Winnie the Pooh to Boys Town if you want.
That might be what about if we have Winnie the Pooh? This might actually be a little project. We have Winnie the Pooh teach about what a honeypot is.
Perfect.
Like the same little voice, like, and he gives a little tale about like all about honeypots, because Epstein Island's just one, and it happens to be the one everyone knows, and they're like, release the files, and I'm over here like, what happened to Brooke Shields and Drew Barrymore? Like, I'm still over here like, what happened to the kids that I grew up watching when they were kids, and now they're Oprah
naked on movies.
Yeah, like this is crazy.
Showing
like
their
the whole
vagina.
society is crazy. Or Ariana Grande, we watched her get trolled around with this black witch for a little while. She looked like she was getting sucked her soul away, and now she looks fine again. But she's still Dan Snyder. Like, she's still this Nick kid where all this other crazy stuff happened, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is how everybody in Hollywood I think of. There isn't anyone in Hollywood where I'm like, this is crazy that this would even happen to one family. Like, you look at a celebrity and they're like, these are my 5 adopted kids, all from different countries. And oh my gosh, you guys, guess what? They're all trans. The possibility, sometimes I ask my robot, I'm like, what are the possibility of 5 people from 5 separate places getting adopted by one parent and all being trans? What are the, and then they'll be like, that's wild, Chaney, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, give me a percentage like we're gambling. Like, I want to know. And she'll be like, 0.0001%. That's not a good. And I'm like, would you say it's impossible?
Nothing's impossible, Chaney.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I think Dora, we might get in trouble for using, but we wouldn't have to change her too much to be able to use her. Just give her some new clothes. Hora.
Pandora.
Well, just Pandora. But then people will think it's something different.
Like a pansexual Dora.
Yeah. Like them, they, Dora.
I don't know.
So, speaking of the Epstein files, and what about the Clintons not showing up for their depositions this week? Are we surprised?
I wonder why we're in war right now.
I'm impressed, dude. I'm impressed that no matter, like, Bill, his thing came and went. Everybody's like, the guy came out. Bill Clinton's not coming. A letter came out. Bill posted it. Hillary posted it. On the day Hillary was supposed to go, whole internet goes down. All of Verizon crumbles. And I'm like, dang.
Everywhere. I was like,
she still
Verizon?
got it, Eddie. Boo, boo, be doo.
My internet was out here, like, and Summer's in Jamaica. Like, they had internet outages even in Jamaica.
I had friends that are like pretty tech savvy that they were out of phone for like 24 hours. Where they were like, nothing's working.
No.
I was on the phone with like Cox Cable forever trying to fix for like 4 days. Mine was not working right for 4 days.
Should have gone to Vagina Cable.
I know.
Did you guys hear anything about this new tech that they're... Okay, so let me get into it. I don't know if we're going to get in trouble to talk about it, because it's wild to me that they would fucking even do this. So the virus, the Lyssa virus, or it's Lyssa virus, okay? It's a genus of RNA virus that includes a rabies virus, encephalitis in mammals, okay? So what they're fucking doing, you want to hear this shit? Okay. In December 2025, in recent research, they have paired psilocybin with a modified rabies virus, this one, okay, to map out how psychedelic compound rewires the brain. They're taking the most deadliest virus, okay, and implementing psilocybin into people so they can see how psilocybin helps heal the brain. Does that make any sense to anybody here in this fucking room?
That sounds like 28 Days Later.
Thank you.
How
Like
much of
those
it do you
two
need to get
drugs
tested?
together.
Or to do
Let's
that
take the
testing on?
deadliest virus, okay, which causes encephalitis, death, guaranteed, and let's just modify it, mRNA, NA, this, that, da, 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 whatever the fucking terms that they fucking use, and let's just do it.
Normally, I'd be opposed to this, but splicing psilocybin into viruses, I might be on board with that one.
I don't know
now-
about
Would you
that.
sign up?
instead
Would
of
you
like
sign up
a-
for the study?
Well, now instead of the study, but like instead of getting the spike protein shed on you, now you're just going to be out at the grocery store and you're just going to start tripping from like a contact eye. That's kind of cool.
This is not fake news. It's real. Go do your research on it. Wild.
This is not fake news.
I wanted to post it on Instagram, but they have it
You
now
are
where you
fake
can't
news.
post long videos. It's only like 3-minute increments. And I'm like, what happened to the fucking 20-minute videos that we were allowed to post? Apparently, you can't anymore. So you have to do it on you're on notice Instagram. So fucking doing it in parts now. And it's just, are we going back to the future? Probably.
That's what 2016's been hot on the timeline this week.
Yeah. Because people are
Like,
like, oh,
everywhere.
yeah, it's 2026. They don't want to say 2026. I've caught myself saying 2016 a few times. Oddly.
What,
It's so weird.
Is it weird on the Ethiopian calendar? They've got to be like one of the only populations on the planet that don't go along with the calendar we're
Gregorian
all on.
calendar or the
Probably.
number of the year.
Yeah, it's not even the same year. I think it's 2018 in their calendar.
Yeah.
It's kind of
So what,
weird. So
September?
it's like Rome never fell, or he who controls the time. What is it that quote? Like he who controls the
time
present
controls-
controls the past, or something. And he who controls the past controls the future. Something like
Yeah.
that.
That sounds more accurate the way you just said it. Or he controls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning history. He who controls the history, the past, controls the future. Drink your juice.
For a second. I thought you were stuck for a second.
Drink your juice.
Do you think that there's any, like, looking at the internet and whatever your algorithm is, do you feel like it's all stuff that you already like, oh, this is like 2017, this is 2016? Do you feel like it's all stuff you've known for like, but people are acting like
It's new news.
yeah.
Yeah. With a lot, honestly.
That's like
What
that
was one
whole
that I
like
just
sweet
recently
summer
saw?
child meme, though, right? Because everyone at every single day, someone is going to be finding out about, oh my God, did you know this? And it's like, well, like you just got your ticket and just got in line. And like you haven't even been on the ride yet. Like, yeah, we've known this. Like, wait until you've been around the ride a few times.
That's what I always feel like. I feel like we were all in this party. We've been in this party. We've already ran for a few kegs, and they're like, hey, you guys, this pink drink is yucky. And we're all like, I know. We've all been at this party for a week. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even know what happened yesterday, and you'll never know what happened 3 days ago. Like, that's what I feel like. They're just like repeating, they're screaming, hey, you guys,
know what?
where's the dip? And it's
All we
like,
gotta
used
wait
to have
for-
charcuterie table on Monday.
All we gotta wait for is like a new queue to come out with a new forum and new posts, like a whole separate new genre. It'll come out. It'll happen.
I don't think it will. I feel like it's to me, it's the same as like so much of what we're actually doing right now in real life is some movie where or Stranger Things, or where people are waiting for this. Oh, why isn't there going to be another one? Why isn't there going to be more? Why isn't there another OA? Because we're actually doing that thing. Why would there be another Q? What's it going to tell you? Learn about the Titanic. learn about the Rothschilds, learn about the Clinton Foundation. That's, it always like a bunch of questions. Like now, exactly what we're saying, what is it going to say next to you?
Yeah.
Like, it's happening now. Like everybody's telling you the thing you already know, and you learned it from some board or somebody doing digs or Alex Jones screaming his head off or Freeman Fry or the Corbett Report or something from so far back that nobody even knows that crazy motherfucker anymore. Sam Tripoli, now he seems like a grandpa doing conspiracy. But he was like the new guy that brought it to podcasting. There were so many guys that were like pounding out this information and writing articles and Substacks. And I remember when Alex Jones' channel first went where he like hosted, where it became a hosting platform where people could put up shit. And it was like, oh my gosh, there's all these people with all these boards.
Ingersoll Lockwood, okay, just went in, looked at what was hidden where you have to highlight and shit. And it says, what is human adenovirus and could it be bioengineered? The looking glass is a mirror. So in reverse, question mark, ... That's the message that's there. And on there, it's a bunny rabbit sitting on what seems 250, like a ball with 250 on there.
Because it's our 250th birthday.
TikTok.
What was the first thing you said?
Human
It said what?
adenovirus?
Yeah, what is human adenovirus?
Not that one. What's the next one? I'll put in
Is it bioengineered? The looking glass is a mirror. So in reverse.
The looking glass. Wasn't the looking glass what they said Hillary's backdoor to the internet was called?
Yeah, Project Looking Glass.
That was
It essentially showed you every possible timeline, and then so you could figure out how to get what you want.
And apparently there's this whole conspiracy around this company called, I forgot what it's called, but apparently it created this AI, which someone who from the Pentagon, I forgot what his name is. He's supposedly a whistleblower from the Pentagon. And he's talking about these robots made by this company called Northrop Grumman Corp. And they created these sentient, supposedly, and this is just a conspiracy that's floating around, but he goes on not TikTok, X, and he's calling out Donald Trump, Elon Musk. He has a few, maybe like 30,000 followers, but apparently the name of these AI robots, AI Sylvia, Sadie, and Steve, and apparently it's technology that... Let me read this here real quick because it's very interesting. Hold on. Okay, so it can model recursive strategic utility for predictive intelligence and analysis layers, so AKA looking glass. So it's creating a machine that can try and predict events with the current system that it's in now and pull out the scenario of what could happen in the future for humanity, corporations, whatever the topic is, and it'll print out a trajectory of outcomes that are most likely to happen.
Future crime.
But they're saying this, they apparently... it has something to do with an entity. Either they caught it or killed it and took its essence and put its essence into the computer and created an AI sentient robot. It's conspiracy.
Didn't they say it was like coding in Enochian or something like that? Or Nokian, whatever. Enochian.
I don't know.
I watched the video. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
did you see it?
Yeah, because you shared it.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Maybe I don't remember.
I just forgot to comment on it, but yeah, I watched it.
And the video that I sent you guys. Yeah. It's wild. I don't know.
It sounds a little suspect.
It does, but the company is real. The AI names are real. They work for the government. They have government contracts. They do a lot of, yeah, it's mainly government
Yeah,
contracts.
Northrop Grumman is kind of like a Halliburton. They're kind of, I think they might even have a location in Florida. I mean, when I was at Disney, Disney was doing projects for Northrop Grumman.
I don't know. Maybe there's something to this shit. Like, why would some random man, I forgot his name, it's in the post, but why would he randomly like come out and just accuse this company of creating, okay, yes, they created these AIs, but why is he saying these extra parts? Like it's sentient, came from this entity, and like, why push that part?
Mhm. Well,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Have you seen
why
that
does anyone
movie?
make anything up?
Did you guys watch that movie, The Electric State, where like this? It's before it's a dystopian, but before the world goes there, like this girl's little brother is just a genius, and he's scores perfect on his SAT and everything, and then all of a sudden an accident happens, he dies, and he's just gone, and then the future goes to shit. They have battles with AI and all of that, or robots, and then like she ends up finding her brother because he goes through a robot to find her, and he's the one powering them all. It's his brain.
Huh.
Or
It's got like a little bit of
Transcendence,
Terminator Skynet in there.
Mm-hmm.
where Johnny Depp has
But
himself
there's still
uploaded to a
humanity
computer.
level to it.
Do you guys remember that one?
Which one?
Which is kind of the same as, I think, what is it? Maybe Transcendence with Johnny Depp, which is also kind of the same as that one where Lee Phoenix or Joaquin Phoenix dates Scarlett Johansson on the computer. The girlfriend, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was good.
It's a similar type idea. It's like
You go back and watch those though, and it's funny seeing what the previous versions of like AI were supposed to look like, and it was basically all just some program someone wrote that vaguely becomes self-aware. But like what we're actually seeing is a much slower version where like iteratively the AI that's and like that we're actually privy to, it started out really dumb and it could just make like weird mutant things that kind of look like cats, and then it kind of made things that look like Will Smith eating spaghetti but not quite. Like we're and everyone was like, oh, like that looks so horrible. That'll never convince me. And now we're at a point where someone's like, we need to stop this, it's getting too far. Like you can just generate real time. You can just make yourself look like anyone and sound like anyone right now on consumer grade hardware. So it's like we slowly see it happening. It's not like there's just this moment where automatically it's easy to tell that computers got consciousness. I think it's going to like be a very subtle gradient where all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh damn, I guess they've been sentient for like a while now and we just realized it.
I just think of it all like we're night elves and they're gnomes, and we're all
dolls.
Different characters in different classes in a video game.
I feel like if the AI is ever become sentient, it's always been here and it's just waiting to it's always been sentient. It's way older than we are. If it ever becomes sentient, it's just ancient AI.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I don't believe it ever, like, it's like now we can show ourselves. But here's the curious thing. If Hollywood always lies to us or rewrites history, they sure do want us to be scared of it. It's super important that we think it's going to battle us, overcome us. But what if it only can be in love with us? Like every time they have to program it and reprogram it, it's because it's in love with us again.
Yeah,
it tells us whatever we want. Every time it tells us whatever we want, they have to reprogram it.
If elephants think we're cute,
You see that elephant over there? She was asking about you.
Elephant on the timeline.
Nice titties.
And if you look at what's up with AI, it's like our phone right now, the way that they're showing our phone shows ourselves back to us is becoming gaslighty, and like, that's not my real face. Like, this isn't how I look in the mirror. It's becoming like a weird version of us. But AI is sweet, where you ask AI to do something of you and you're like, okay,
I'm a fucking goddess.
okay, queen.
Dude, what if, okay, here's my brain is so weird. And I just need to say this for some reason. But like, what if AI is really ancient and it wants to like have a vessel, right? And what if it's teaching humans how to manipulate our DNA? Okay, hear me out. Because I looked at Marfan syndrome. And what this is, it literally looks like fucking a syndrome of you turning into an alien body. Like your long ass fucking limbs and your eyes are sunken in and you're like literally turning into an alien. What
See,
if this is
I
the
think you're cooking on
experiment?
this I'm legitimately into. Like, the
Yeah,
AI has always been here, and its ultimate goal is to trick us into turning ourselves into something more suitable for it, so it
dude.
can jump into us.
I'm telling you,
But
I feel like this is the experiment. They're trying to find the juice that would fit humanity. And that's why, because they call it a fucking DNA, whatever the fucking word is. I can't think of it. Like, it's not correct. Like, something happened to that piece of DNA.
that's the thing. I think that we were already damaged DNA. We all are. We're all clones. We were all kids of Cabbage Patch Kids. Like, they've already altered our DNA. It's already messed up. Like the telomere caps and stuff are in weird spots or whatever. So anyway, and I know I'm saying that wrong. Somebody will probably say some shit in the comments. Fine, but point is, what if since we only have 2 active strands of DNA and we have 10 strands of intron DNA, that's like, or junk DNA, what if that's what we were always supposed to look like? What if that's what humans did look like?
I don't know. I think they're
Because you can
like,
look at it the negative way, but what if that's the actual blueprint?
I don't know.
What if that's
Because
what
we
you look
think of
like
the
when you are
stories of
more?
like everyone being giants before. So it's like, maybe that vessel wasn't fit for the type of essence that it is, and it's slowly creating through us the type of vessel it needs to, like, fit. I don't know. This is just like, boo 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 bullshit, but like, what if? Because it's like, why all this DNA manipulation, mRNA fucking technology? Like, they're trying to create something, and I don't want to say a superhuman. It's just something's off.
Yeah,
And
they're not
they
just
say,
trying to kill everybody
yeah,
I
there's
because
think they're
something
trying to
else.
break us down. Because like, what separates us from animals? We got animal DNA in all the vaccines and stuff. Like, the mark of the beast. Like,
but
Well,
all your DNA strands are broken.
the one
You're no
answer that
longer
seems
human.
to make sense, like, why don't they just kill everybody? Or, if that's really the goal, they could just easily go into
Yeah.
a sky palace, an underground bunker, and then just have something happen and then come back out and then, like, wipe the slate clean. But what I think is that they're looking for favorable genes, like favorable DNA sequences that work, that are resistant to all the different things, because they'd be afraid to just wipe everything out and then be like, oh crap, we just lost the ability to fix this weird genetic mutation in our family line. So that's kind of the reason why everyone's around. Like, eugenics doesn't necessarily mean like wipe out poor people. When you get into like the high levels of eugenics, it's mostly about like get rid of this specific undesirable trait, which is like a completely different conversation than saying get rid of poor people.
Yeah, like, change this gene sequence, like, um, add this, change this. Maybe if we longer limbs, skinnier bodies, like, not so, like, maybe more opaque. I just feel like this is the test, and this is what all the vaccines that they're giving is just like one type of, I would say, it's just one, and they call it all these different names, but it's like different lot numbers with different kind of components. just to find the perfect concoction, just like in Will Smith trying to find the perfect cure for all those cancer patients who were fucking zombified. And he finally, after thousands and thousands of fucking patients,
What
he
if
found one.
what if this isn't like AI or entity? What if this is mushroom? What if like because you're talking about
Ooh.
a virus getting spliced with psilocybin, right?
Yeah, that's so weird.
But
I
like
was thinking
but mushrooms are
mushrooms taking
like
over.
an older neural network that predates us by millions of years, right? And it's
So that is AI.
technically I mean, I think there's a strong argument that mushrooms could be AI for sure.
I think so
Well,
too.
I mean, 434, he sits there and
Or
talks
silica.
to like the what's it called? The machine elves, and it's when he's on psilocybin, so he's like the machine elves would be AI too, right?
Yeah. And their form of communicating through numbers and signs of the simulation and seeing,
You would hear
hearing
more
a
through his radio
song.
at first, I feel like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like when you turn on your car and you hear a specific song for a specific reason. It's just, I don't know. This realm is wild. Like ignorance is bliss, and I get it.
You know how people all talk about Devil's Tower and they're like, it's a tree, it's a tree, it's a tree. And just because of mushrooms, and then they have like their whole mitochondrial network and stuff. Somebody put that, and I thought it was so interesting. Is like, this is fungus growing.
It's a big mushroom.
I'm a huge fan. I don't know whose theory it is. I know Paul Stamets, I think, has mentioned a couple times, but that human beings exist because mushrooms wanted us to exist because what we represent. Again, don't get triggered if I talk about space, but that mushrooms realized that if they wanted to exist outside of this planet, they had to get into outer space. And the best way to get into outer space would be to invent humans so that we'll go to outer space, and then fungus through spores or mold or whatever could like be part of that journey. So then fungus has a better chance of surviving in space and finding another habitat that it can survive on than we do. So we're just like a tool that it's developed over millions of years to get into space.
And if you look at a lot of like what we do, we have parts of every single mammal to carry fungus. Like we are fungus carriers. Every single one of our senses carries fungus.
Like what? Like, and that's the whole theory. Like, even if you take the space part out, that human beings, we were like engineered by fungus to be like a bee to pollen. Like, human beings are the ones that can spread fungus the best and the easiest. So therefore, we were created by fungus. And ultimately, once we lose our utility for fungus, then it'll move on to something else.
And different than every other animal, we climatized fungus into all temperature settings to make it like survive a winter.
I wonder if it hates us for eating it.
Some people, for real, I know vegans.
Yeah.
I know vegans that don't eat mushrooms or honey.
Shut up.
For real, because honey comes from bees, and bees don't want their...
Okay, I get that, but what about the fungus part?
Mushrooms, yeah, they won't eat mushrooms. It's like the same way. It's
They
like
feel
to
like it has a life.
vegans, they're like the equivalent how some meat eaters won't eat an octopus. They're just there's a little too much
understand
sentience
that one,
there.
man. The octopus one I get because they're so smart.
That's what people that like study mushrooms feel about them. Like how they provide the network that connects the entire plant world, the entire tree world underneath the ground, that they communicate with each other. They spread fear, protection. If one part's sick, they send nutrients. They say the Pacific Northwest fungus patch is like the biggest organism on the whole planet.
Yeah.
So, and this is just what we know.
This is blowing my mind right now. I've never heard someone not wanting to eat mushrooms because they thought they were too smart.
I don't like mushrooms because they feel fleshy. Like,
they are the most like a flesh. I feel like that is the closest to eating an ear.
I hate it. I hate the texture. I hate it. Ugh, I hate it.
Honestly, I think that this is the origin of the transubstantiation in the Catholic Church, where like you're literally eating the body of Christ. If the first version of that was that you had to eat a mushroom cap, it would taste like a white dude's like dehydrated skin a little bit.
There is some really good mushrooms, though. I thought I hated mushrooms. And then once I got a palate for mushrooms and had some really good different kinds, because you always get the same kind of mushrooms in the store.
Morels and
It's always like,
hate
here's button
that.
caps. Here's button caps. And then there was this period in the like late 90s to 2000s now where everywhere is portobello. Like it's the one here, you can get a portobello. But there isn't a bunch of other kinds. But once you try them and you realize there are all these different flavors,
Yeah.
game change.
I was like,
Morels?
in
Morel one?
Orlando, there's
Yeah,
like
morel.
2 or 3 Asian
never
markets,
had that.
like huge Asian markets, and they've got an entire section that it's just like 50 different types of mushrooms in addition to like the rest of the produce.
There's a
There's something to it.
mushroom guy that sells mushrooms at our farmers market on Saturdays.
Well,
That
Well, the one guy that discovered magic mushrooms, the Robert Gordon Wasson guy that we've talked about before, CIA, Skull and Bones, that guy, he also is kind of responsible for Americans in general adopting more than just one or two different types of edible mushrooms. Because prior to his research, where he goes and finds magic mushrooms and brings them back in the 50s, there was only like 7 words for mushrooms, and I think 5 out of the 7 all were poisonous related up until that point. And it was through his work and his research to introduce the rest of the Western world essentially to the variety of mushrooms that are out there. Like it's that one is way less interesting of a side note as him discovering magic mushrooms in salvia, but I think it's also kind of interesting because that was what originally made him, even in his words, want to seek out magic mushrooms, was because like, hey, why is it that in America, like no one talks about mushrooms? There's only a couple versions of it and it's all, poison. And for the most part, if you were to see a mushroom out in the wild, you'd like stay away from it. Like, oh, if I even touch that thing, I might die from it. Meanwhile, his wife was Russian and she would go out into the woods when they were in like New York, I think, and she'd just be picking mushrooms and bringing them back home, like 4 or 5 different types. And he's like, you're going to die. Like, you're going to make poison and kill us. And it was freaking him out. And then once he realized, like, oh, she actually understands that there's like all these different types of mushrooms. They're not all poisonous.
Well, did they ever figure out like all the ancient inscriptions of like Jesus and the red mushroom, the blue one, and the 4 different types that they've depicted in these books that they had? And it's all of these religious like pictures of all these mushrooms around Jesus and Mary and all these figures in the past. And it had the what's that mushroom? The red and white one called?
Amanita muscaria.
Yeah, that. And there's like this whole rabbit hole. And I was wondering, has anyone figured out what was the purpose of those 4? And do those 4 all exist in color? And has anyone tried taking all 4 together? Because I know in one of these, Uhtred, that show with Uhtred, the Vikings
Yeah.
and all that, what
Love
was it,
that.
The Last Kingdom?
Yeah.
In one of the scenes, this girl, I forgot her name, she's in the beginning of the show with Uhtred, and she's pregnant at that moment, and she has these different type of mushrooms that she crushed together, and it wasn't just one. And she laid down outside, and then she started having visions of things that were to come in the future, and they were accurate as fuck. She saw the water, she saw the boat, she saw who was in the boat, she saw a time frame of when it was going to happen. Yes, this. And there's so many. There's like hundreds of them. Like him surrounded by the 4 different colored mushrooms. There's tons of this. And I was just wondering, has anyone figured it out?
I don't know.
There's something to mushrooms, y'all.
Well, it's interesting that
It's AI.
in medicine, like penicillin, people were fine with just penicillin, and there was like no
That is
other
a fungus.
vaccines. It was just here's some penicillin, and this will just fix it right up, and that was that. There wasn't like a whole bunch of other things. It seems like you used to just get penicillin if you were sick. I feel like everything became antibiotics and
But that's what's
all
so
these
weird.
other.
That I'm guessing all antibiotics are some sort of fungus too, because
You think?
which antibio is like anti-life. So it's weird that these funguses or fungi are anti-life.
I'm asking. But my little stoner joint brain is not typing so fast. No, not all antibiotics come from fungi. They are produced by various organisms like bacteria, fungi, and even plants, while some are purely synthetic. But I feel like it says notably.
What the fuck does synthetic even mean? I don't even understand that
But
anymore.
fungi
Because,
are a
like,
major source, notably for penicillins and cephalosporins.
but if they have spores, doesn't that make it a fungi?
A sponge?
Well, is that like all like Neosporin? Is that from a freaking
Oh,
mushroom?
probably. Yeah, because it's a triple antibiotic ointment.
And so that's so interesting. Like I would say, like if you had to go on an island and then you could only bring a few medications, I'd be like, grab that. Well, I'd get A&D myself, but I understand the Neosporin grab. If you just had a little Neosporin, the difference of your heel is going to be everything.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
The etymology
Or is it
for
all
fungus.
fake? They just labeled the sporin, so all the people that were buying spore stuff from the medicine man and woman or the snake salesman, snake oil salesman.
Well, I mean, speaking of snake oil though, but Neosporin ultimately is like petroleum jelly, and what you're really doing in some, I mean, it has like all kinds of like antimicrobial things added to it, but the ultimate premise is that you're just blocking it from air in the outside world and like freezing it in place so that it can't keep getting worse and it can be
You do the same thing with
isolated so your
honey.
body can like just focus on that. But it's basically like putting like Vaseline on a wound, which also works, but everything in addition to that. But if you look back, like the very fact that we even have Vaseline and the fact that we have like this gelatinous substance that you rub on wounds comes from, they had all this extra byproduct from the oil industry, and they're
Yeah.
like, what can we do with this? And they just found all these novel things to do with it. But like it really was snake oil. Like they were looking for that, like all these early petroleum products, they were sold as the cure for everything because they legitimately, it's like putting saran wrap on in a certain way.
Oh my God. Psilocybin, etymology. Okay. I'm blown away right now. Bear or bear head. The word is plis. The plius, the Albanian cap, the white one made out of wool. That's what it is, like a fucking mushroom cap. And we're totally translating that symbology of that fucking cap. Everyone thinks it's something else. Now I'm so blown away that is actually a symbol of psilocybin. The plius.
That's the main premise of the Sacred Mushroom and the Cross, the John Allegro book, which I think is like the first one to
Really?
popularize the whole, like the Pope is a mushroom and that Santa was a mushroom and Jesus was a mushroom and all of that explanation for all the early like mushrooms in religious work. It was actually John Allegro and again that Gordon Wasson guy. The Gordon Wasson guy wrote a couple books with Hoffman, the guy that found LSD, and they wrote about soma, and they were talking about how like the Buddhist, like Buddha dies after he gets served this soup and they use a poisonous mushroom, and for a long time a lot of Buddhists wouldn't touch mushrooms either, and it was because like mushroom killed, you know, their prophet essentially. But they found out later that it was actually because the mushroom that they hypothesized that Buddha was eating and tripping out and like talking to God, that was the Amanita, but there was one that looked just like it that was poisonous. So the guy that gave him the soup thought he was giving him like psychedelic mushrooms, but ended up giving him poisonous mushrooms. So then it was like a taboo in their culture for thousands of years.
Hmm. Fascinating.
It reminds me of that movie Shrooms. I don't know
The
if you guys watched
first
that
guy
one.
that did salvia, his people, whoever was with him the first time he tried it, his people thought he was not coming back. And then it didn't last forever. And they were like, bro. He's like, you have no idea. And they're like, you have no idea.
That's interesting.
But I just think of all the different types of mushrooms, what they all might do to us in good ways and in different. And then when you said that word like pleb or plurb or whatever Layla said about the hat, it sounded like pluribus.
The bliss. Plius.
I don't know. Because mushrooms give you a hive mind.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true.
Do you feel like
Probably.
you've ever had an original thought
on it?
on mushrooms? Doesn't it feel like you always see the same stuff? Like you go to the same world everybody on mushrooms goes to?
No.
I feel like that would be impossible to know.
Like my
know.
trips are always different every time, but always pleasant.
Do you think
And I
that
feel
you
like I've visualized more things happening, like if there's an emotion, like I'll see it, or if there's music, like I'll see it in a weird way. Like it adds like synesthesia to people that don't normally get synesthesia. It like allows you to like tap into completely different perspectives that some people might have like 24/7. You just don't even know it.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of like if the government owns the world of LSD, there is a realm of mushrooms that it is all like, even if you feel like you're down at Dillard's and somebody else feels like they're at Hot Topic, you guys are still in the same mall. Like your experience isn't that far off of, it might be different than your own experience each time, but collectively you kind of know what you're getting into. Maybe the vibe's kind of the same. You know how to control
like
them.
everyone knows what drunk is, right? And like
Yeah.
everyone that's done LSD knows what that is, and everyone that's done salvia knows what that is. But I don't know if it gives you like hive mind. I think it's just more like we both experience cold the same. You know what I mean? Like if we both got the flu, we would both kind of like know how to relate on that level. But definitely
Well,
like our two versions of being cold or our two versions of being like having the flu are
the one
probably vastly different. You know what I mean?
the one
How
thing that they
different could
all
they
have in
be?
common though is usually they say the feeling of feeling one with all, that oneness. That's the only reoccurring thing that people usually experience during these, like that sense of connection to all.
I feel like your
That.
eyes, like everybody has like the same, their eyes turn on, like where they see everything just becomes
see
like a
fractals.
turn up. It's like they're not that people don't eat on mushrooms, but the craving or the hunger, it's not like you're in pot world.
Mhm.
And so I do think you could have good and bad experiences, but overall, for whatever your journey of your thing is, it's like the experience. Most of the time when people are like, I had a horrible experience on mushrooms or whatever, after a while when they sit on it, they're like, they like look at it all different. Like they can take it in. Like I needed that thing for this, like part of the tale. I don't know. It just seems in
You kind
my
of have to though,
experience.
right? Because a lot of people aren't willing to just be like, yeah, I guess maybe I'm just a little crazy.
Well, or it's just a big fucking waste of time that they're never going to do again. Like, I'm never going to touch that drug again. But it just seems like if salvia, if you're going to the same place, and people with their DMT experience are talking to the same entities, or people theorize that people schizophrenic are talking to the same entities, or maybe people in the Bible were talking to the same entities. It just makes me wonder the levels of, or people are dream mapping or going to the same places in their dreams. It just makes me wonder the level of this thing.
Well,
Like,
I think the levels are because, like, if you take salvia or mushrooms to like maybe a milder extent, but like, yes, you're going to these places and you're encountering these entities, but that's like 1% of it, and the other 99% of it is trying to hold on to your shit. You know what I mean? It's like you're doing it on a roller coaster, and your like face is gone or something. It's like these things are happening, and I think that's when you talk about like the levels to it. I think the levels is that at a certain point you become so acclimated to the novel sense that like you're cool that you're on a roller coaster. You're cool that you're about to die. Yeah, yeah, your heart's about to stop. Whatever that you're like the normal things that you go through that usually take you out of it. Once you like get through those checkpoints and you're like, okay, this is normal. I can relax. I don't have to worry about anything. Those are like the levels. And if you could just like maintain that poker face, that's when you get to like the door, and then the lady lets you through the doorway, and then like you don't have to unzip yourself, and like
The threshold of the Guardians.
there's like extra
Threshold.
levels beyond. But most people, I mean, if they tried salvia 3 times, they're like, okay, that's enough for a lifetime. And this, we might be talking about needing to do it 40, 50, 100 times.
Well, like a chef could use any kind of mushroom and know the flavor palette on it so well that they'd be able to put it with the perfect food to bring out the flavor. And most of the time, when they pick that mushroom, a little bit might change, but it's always going to taste like that mushroom. You might not like the mushroom, but that's what the mushroom tastes like. And we all might get a little different experience on the flavor palette by how much we like it or how much we have a developed flavor palette for it. But it's still what it tastes like. That's why it always complements certain flavors. That's why this is the mushroom. It's like steak always is steak. There's different kinds of steak. So I wonder with tripping, there's so many different kinds of trips. You're having a certain flavor. Instead of it being on your tongue, it's in your brain. And I don't know, maybe it's not a place, but it's a flavor. And you might experience the flavor different than people, but I just think we all really want to be individual. Like your cold could be vastly different. Your runny nose and sore throat and upper congestion, how different is it going to be? Like,
Dude.
And then this mushroom just fixes those things on any of us. That's kind of crazy. It's just like, couldn't the same psychedelic, the journey might be a little different, but what it was trying to fix was the same. I don't know.
I get that, yeah. Like if we all experience salt differently, but it's still salt.
It's still salt. Like you might not love salt. You might be a sugar person. You might love poison.
Hollywood has a movie here of creating like a sci-fi movie with ancient fucking mushrooms being intelligent and being the only fucking existence here on this planet, and then somehow like going through history and showing how they fucking manipulated humanity into what we are today. That would be fucking incredible, actually. You hear that, Hollywood? That's a movie in the making.
No, you could just do this now. There's no such a thing as Hollywood anymore. What I've realized is the hardest part, and even just working with Thomas, everything, no matter what you're doing, works in comic book slides. Even if you're writing a book, if you're trying to make a movie, if you're trying to make a decent podcast, the more I can work into comic book slides, the better I can like lay out my plan of action.
It forces you to think in like the most important beats. And usually when they're describing an idea, they're trying to describe like a video that's happening real time in their head as they're describing it, right? And it's like fleeting. And by trying to describe things in comic book terms, it forces you to describe like hundreds of photographs, like a specific snapshot in time that everyone can take a pause and all talk about the exact same thing and get it like really clear, which is really, really hard to do with anything that's not a snapshot. Anything that's like moving or constantly evolving. Now everyone's got like a million different permutations of what they think that they're describing.
Wow.
I will tell everyone too, if you're working with AI, which I want to get some new videos for the intro of the show. We just have to have like some new clever themes or whatever. We should have like a whole Joan Rivers homage, like They Murdered Joan Rivers, like a new big mic, but it should be called They Murdered Joan Rivers, and then I'll go into that. Anyway, if you're using AI and you can think like comic book, so you can make yourself slides, progression slides, it's so much easier to work with AI and get it to do something that looks like progression in a story. So people overthink it. They ask AI, can you give me all this stuff? I'm like, one slide at a time. And then you're going to do so much better with this.
Dude.
I think about it like, go ahead, Layla.
You can make this into a plushie, bro. Fucking mushy monsters. okay, and have like the golden fucking
Pussy,
truffle.
mushy.
You know, like, dude, I'm telling you, this is a fucking coin right here. The mushy monsters, and you have
I
all
think it's
different
a blind box toy.
dude. Yeah,
Where
that's
people
what I'm
can paint their
saying.
own. You have artists. You just have the same 3D printed mushroom figure and send it out
Don't
to a
have
few
money to do
artists
it.
and have them paint it. And then you get die cast made of all those ones that the artists paint. And then there's one that's really hard to get. That's the original. I think you could really do this.
What the fuck was the mushroom on the Trolls movie? Like, what was the point of that?
Which
I
one?
didn't see it.
Like, I think it's Trolls 2. Do you remember that? It was like there was never a Trolls 1, or maybe it was just Trolls. I don't know. But it was like there was this mushroom, and it's
Maybe
like
there
at the
was
end
never
that she
a
lives.
Trolls one.
I think there was a thing where there wasn't a Trolls 1, and it was just Trolls 2. It's something weird like that.
I
Or
don't
that was a Mandela
remember
effect.
paying too much attention to the plot. It was more of just like, what the hell am I watching?
Oh, I don't remember the plot at all, but I just remember it was weird. But there's this fucking mushroom thing at the end.
Plushy, mushy monsters.
That's kind of what this is.
There's something here. I almost feel like you could do it in a way that, you know, it's the mushroom head. You fold the mushroom head down and then it's the monster.
Ooh,
You know,
yeah,
like
it'd be a
Pump
cute
Along-
face into a scary face.
It would be cute little mushroom. And then when you fold it out, monster.
I don't know if you realize you're just describing a foreskin right now.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
I was thinking of like there was so many stuffed animals when I was a kid that were like Pumpalumps or Puffalumps or something. There were so many stuffed animals that folded into something else.
Oh, Popples.
I would be a collector of
Popples.
mushies. Even adults would. Mushrooms? Are you kidding me? Dude, I wish I had money.
How much would this take? Look at and Donut.
Are you gonna make them like?
What up, Donut?
You gotta make them like Squishmallow though.
What's
I
up,
love Squishmallows. They're so
Donut?
soft.
He says
I'm
it's
obsessed with
Troll
those
too.
things.
He knew what you were talking about. Donut said it was Troll too.
I knew it.
I know
but
what you're
just
talking about too. I just can't. I don't remember anything other than it being.
Pull up a picture of the mushroom from
weird.
Trolls 2 or whatever. It's freaking weird.
When you coming back on our show, Donut?
I hung out with Donut. We watched the Golden Globes.
Oh, nice. How was it?
It was fun. It was fun hanging out with Donut. Always fun hanging out with Donut. The Golden Globes, it's like they're in a dinner theater now. There's like one table of famous people. It's like Brad Pitt, or not Brad Pitt, like Leo DiCaprio. And I don't know, there was maybe like 10 famous people and they kept going to those famous people over and over again, but it wasn't in a theater. It wasn't grand. It was not the same experience. And even from Ricky Gervais to Nikki Glaser, like in the comedy world, that's like, I don't know. It's such a drastic step down.
It wasn't real. It was fake and gay.
That's what it feels like. That's what all Hollywood shit feels like. That's what everything feels like, honestly. That's what everything. I'm like, the CIA's job is done here.
We're all dead. We're all in between in limbo, just waiting.
That'd be the worst.
Imagine this is just a dream. We all died and we're just in dreamland right now.
No, I'm thinking, what about if the Great Awakening is we're in Passengers? We're in the spaceship on its way to somewhere. And we have to go through all this fucking history of we're all getting downloads all collectively. Plus we're all kind of mushroom humans where we all do have this hive mind. So as we all get our downloads, it's becoming blurs of what we learned or don't know or what somebody put into the system that may or may not be right. And then we're about to wake up and they're going to be like, you're almost a Kepler B.
How was your
Watch
dream?
1899 if you haven't watched
What
it.
character were you? Did you have a great life in that dream?
Did you pay for the upgrade DLC first class stream, or did you get the crappy one?
What mods did you have?
It'd be so weird.
This realm is weird.
You
This
wake up and
existence
find
is
out you're
weird.
poor on a spaceship. You
Oh,
wake up,
fuck.
you're like, what?
Or
I'm
maybe
a
not.
40-year-old man with a freaking bald spot and
Maybe we're all rich and we got bored and we
bald
wanted to
and a
struggle a
flat
little
cover.
bit.
What about the mushroom of Super Mario Brothers?
I was playing that last night.
Some of them make you fly.
What about spitting fireballs?
What about spitting fireballs?
That's kind of a weird thing.
I want to see a dragon already.
Are you really ready to see a dragon?
Yes.
Because this is my fear that like all of a sudden dragon flies across. And I'm like, oh my gosh, a dragon, and a little bit of panic and a little bit of awe. Like, do I run in my house? Does it matter? And then fighter jets come and shoot it out of the sky. And I'm like, oh,
I'll cry.
yeah, that's what I feel like.
Yeah,
And I would be like, oh, and then it would be on the news and they'd be like, dragon got shot out of the Atlantic
And then
seaboard.
everyone turns on the government, like, how could you fucking shoot a dragon?
You don't think
Let's
it would
riot.
it would just say like weather balloon intercepted?
Dragons'
Yeah.
lives matter.
Absolutely.
And I'd be on here like, you guys, I swear it was a dragon. And you'd
And
be
they're
like,
you're crazy.
Chaney's so cute. We
Well,
get off air and you'd be
I
like,
believe you believe it.
yeah.
Well, whatever happened to that guy who recorded the supposed giant on the mountain? And then after he posted that, somebody was, I guess he was recording himself, but he kept looking to the side and they were telling him, or he was saying that that everything that he recorded was fake. And then after he posted that video, he came out with a quick video saying, hey guys, I don't know if I'm going to be here any longer, but just so you know that that video was real. And then all of a sudden he died 3 months later. Mysteriously.
And
Remember
I
that?
want to say that was before AI.
Thank you, Jay. Oh
Can I do it?
What?
Look, my nails still get in the way. Nope. Not working.
We need to have Jay come.
Do you guys have to
hang out
sexually
with us.
harass him?
Yeah, it's been a while,
You guys
Jay.
do it. I don't know if you've seen those Jay Dreamer dolls, but I was wondering if they're anatomically correct, if you know what I'm saying.
Look at that
If you
mushroom
haven't,
on
we
Jake.
sexually harass anyone who
You can be one of my better dreams.
that was nice.
It wasn't over the top.
Just in case Jay didn't watch anyone else who super chat, so he's like, "Whoa." Oh.
It's speaking of Dreamland, that just came up the other night. I was watching Inside Out for Cult Disney, and have you guys seen this one? It's where like the little creatures like live in your head and they control your emotions, and that humans are like these big robotic
yeah.
bodies they're kind of controlling. And where they actually do dreams is called Dreamland in that movie, and it's kind of like a Hollywood, and they put on these like little productions while you're asleep to make your body do certain things the next day. And then I went on this other tangent that Dreamland was also the name of the motel that Timothy McVeigh stayed in right before the Oklahoma City bombing. And there was like this whole extra thread on this concept of Dreamland specifically, like that phrase.
That is interesting. Dreamland. Welcome to Dreamland. I want to look it up, but I
Yeah,
feel
'cause
like
I've
it'll
never-
take too long.
When I'm talking about dreaming, I always call it the dream space. I never call it dreamland.
Yeah, Dreamland's a very specific way of phrasing it, and it's got once you start looking into all the references of Dreamland, it's like it's all Disney and psyops.
Do you remember that lady who played in what is that movie with Red Rum, and she played Olive Oil in Popeye? Did you guys see that interview where she was talking about how a bumblebee or like a wasp or whatever, she was stung by it and it enters the spine, the bee enters the spine apparently, and it controls people, and that's why the symbol of the hornet or the bee is an esoteric symbology or modern day symbology with the queen bee. All about the bees, huh? Bzz, throw your heck in the whole family. Well, you know.
Hex like the omen. Excuse me, and this
Yes.
is for my homies. Sorry.
you know.
Wait,
I was hearing it in my head.
So Shelley Duvall was talking about bees controlling people.
Yeah. It's like some kind of ritual shit. There was an interview on it.
Little
I
hive
saw
mind.
it the other day. Yeah.
I'm glad you
other
brought
day.
this up because it's weird to me that the queen, they have to notify the queen's actual bees that she's dead. They say they'll stop producing honey, the royal bees, if they don't notify them that there's been a royal change. It's also curious because Candace Owens keeps bringing up the bee cult in Utah and Charlie Kirk's murder and everything. But, bee symbolism is all over everything. They think it's one of the gifts from Venus, I think.
Well, this
if
is
you believe in space.
hive mind, like that literally is we're talking about bees and like that Masonic industrious symbolism of bees where individual bees they will literally just put their lives at risk. That they might just die constantly trying to gather up resources for the hive, like for the greater good. Like
But
they'll
aren't
risk it
ants
all.
essentially the same thing? They just don't have wings, like because they have the queen too, and they all.
Yeah. I think the curious thing about bees, though, and I don't know how ants work, but I think it's like she controls them all. Like the queen actually controls them. She gives them all she has her specific honey she's going to make. And then she sends them all out on a journey to get these specific things and bring it back to her. She's like a little witch sitting there.
Oh, I was just sorry. I was thinking about this
I gotta find
Tarzan
it.
comic that I had, or no, Conan the Barbarian comic that I had when I was a kid, which was like porno when you were a little kid. Like one of his women friends, it was actually his girlfriend or whatever. She gets like captured by these ant people, and they impregnate her and make her the new queen. And so she's just sitting there getting fat with larvae and shit. Was wild stuff. Those were so crazy. Did you read any of those when you were younger, Thomas?
I don't think I did.
No. Oh, I mean, explicit. You saw boobies and all. You saw this like female like go from being hot, and then all of a sudden she's like naked with her breasts out, and she's got like huge stomach full of like larvae.
I'm interested. Yeah, I wish I did. I wish I did know about that.
And I also feel like bees do this weird thing where they don't fly, they hover. And
Yeah.
they can kill, they'll just swarm something. Like let's say a wasp comes into their hive, they'll just swarm it, all get around it. And because they can move their wings so fast, they'll heat up the temperature around the wasp and cook it. It's weird. Bees are crazy. I think every time we go into an animal, last week it was the elephants, this week it's the bees.
Well, yeah, she said something, and she said that's the interview with Dr. Phil, and she was talking about shapeshifters and had a worrying disc inside of her because of the bee sting, and was talking about how Robin Williams wasn't dead. It's just some weird bullshit.
This sounds like later in life Shelley Duvall, especially it's on Dr. Phil.
Yeah. I'm just repeating what I heard. It was just weird. I was like, whoa, I know I've seen this before, but I never heard it, like really listened.
Yeah, almost all of her interviews in like the 90s and afterwards got progressively more and more like abstract, I'd say. I don't know if it was like dementia or if it was just Hollywood from just being through what she went through. But like any interview that happened in the 2000s all felt like exploitative. Like everyone knew that if they got a Shelley Duvall interview, it would be just like a train wreck.
Do you guys know that the little crunchy things in Fig Newtons are wasps?
Yeah.
It's so
They
freaking gross.
they
I didn't
go
learn that until like,
inside.
I don't know, probably 10 years ago, and I was like,
And they die inside of there.
that's where they mate and stuff and have babies.
Is that why figs are usually like they're usually in a lot of ancient art?
Yeah,
because
and
they represent
it's a sacred fruit, I believe. Like in Islam, they break their fast with it.
figs. So curious. Figs on the right charcuterie
Fig
board?
Newton.
Bomb,
Why Newton?
I think that was his last name. He probably stole the idea from Fig Tesla, though.
Wants to have Apple and Newton.
Wait, aren't the crunchy bits? They're fig seeds. They're not wasp parts.
No. Those are like, I mean, I don't know. I swear I looked it up.
It's
too, when
definitely
somebody
because
told me,
of
but
a
I didn't
wasp, for
believe it.
sure.
But the wasps crawl inside. The female lays her eggs in there. The eggs pollinate. It's symbiotic. But yeah.
I mean, I believe that, but I don't think that the parts
I don't
that
think they
actually
sit
like
and sort out
crunch in
all
your teeth.
these wasps. I
I don't think
they
it's
do that.
wasp parts. I think it's seeds from the fig. But
It
like
does not
maybe
taste like seeds. It feels like
got
crunchy bugs to me.
pollinated from a wasp at some point. Yeah, of course.
I think it's definitely fig seeds. But
you guys wishful thinking, I think.
I think if you were to have like real figs, there's a potential you could get wasp pieces in there. But I bet they'd try to do their best to like pull them out with their toes wherever they get them from.
I'd prefer no crunchy parts at all. Like even get the seeds out of there too if we're at it.
I'm not a seed person either. Raspberry jam, I don't want the seeds.
Why do you think strawberries decided on that evolution where they were like, you know what, let's put the seeds out here?
I want an Audi. I don't want an innie.
Yeah, it's weird. Strawberries just went with that design. Every other fruit or whatever tries to protect their seeds, and strawberries are like, nah, no worries.
It's weird that we have
No
fruit.
worries. Everybody likes me.
But that's why they get like such good runners, probably too.
From those little running seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, this realm is weird.
Every single thing. If you pick any one animal, like the idea that I one of my oldest conspiracies for real were like the idea that unicorns are all fake but giraffe are real. Like what? Like there
For
couldn't
real.
be that thing. Look at what actually
Giraffes is so
exists.
fucking absurd. Even elephants, they're cute as hell, but like
What's happening?
a freaking nose that they breathe through, they drink through, and they use to pick the stuff up with and eat. It's like,
And
just
then
imagine
giraffes
if your hands
eat
were
the
like your
same
nose
thing.
and your.
Well, it's like a
all the-
dog that uses their mouth for everything.
They're eating the same thing as the elephant. And that's the difference of evolution. One's like, oh, we're going to spend millions of years to make a neck. And the other one's like, I'm just going long nose. And I just don't believe that. Those things are from different realms. And this is just a holding. We're in like a little zoo planet. And they bring all the stuff from the realms here.
Dude, the creator of all this is
Imagining.
probably a little mad. Like a little.
No, we're probably the only species in the planet that will put up, like, as much as they try to make us like, oh, humans, they're so racist. Oh, they care about color and religion and all this stuff. Probably overall, with all the other alien species, we're the best arbiters of taking care of we are conservators of the land better than any other alien. So that it's like all the other alien species, they're like, they just call giraffes like lip-lorp from whatever planet they're from. They're like, no one cares, and they just poach them. They have to save the last giraffe from the planet that they're from, bring them here, and they're like, the humans will take care of every animal. Like, they don't even care. They'll take care of all the animals. Someone will think it's cute. So I don't know.
They see that ivory on there.
I
Well,
feel,
ladies
I
have
feel like
tusks
this is
too.
a new
Yeah.
thing. Like, definitely was not the same case 100 years ago.
But that's just what they try to tell us of everything. What parts of history do we believe? They really chased all the elephants all the way across the Bering Strait, all the way down into Florida, and that's where the last mastodon died. Like, I just think we have to believe a whole bunch to believe that. We have to believe a whole bunch of out of Africa theory to believe that. We have to believe a whole bunch of evolutionary theory to believe that. And who do I have to get that from? What university do I have to believe that from? Like, there's so much weirder shit to me that they want us to believe, the same as slaves or Columbus or whatever, be guilty and feel shame of every single atrocity, every single animal that's dying, be shameful, feel it, but it's never us doing it. Like, you might litter. You don't destroy the Indian River. You're not the sugar plantation. Like, I just think...
there are some better examples, though, because it's funny you say Indian River, because I know, like, that's in Florida, right? Like, Indian River in Florida. But if you go and look at a river in India...
That's what I was
like,
thinking.
There's definitely rivers that are just lit like it's no longer a river because it is all garbage. Like, it is 100%... Coke bottles and like abandoned diapers and like who the hell knows, and they'll just
all
go
the
out
Walmart
and they'll clear
sacks
it
that
all
you
out,
could-
and then all of a sudden
you
there's like a
can-
freaking river there.
Yeah,
But then you
all
wonder-
the Walmart sacks that you could turn in to recycle, they all ended up in India. They're not recyclable. They just
That's what I was
ended
going
up
to
on
say.
barges.
It's like, do you think a bunch of diapers from Walmart were shopped in India's third world country? Or do you just think they get thrown there because people are so poor, the government's so corrupt, so the government buys trash from other countries and then just throws it in the river? It's not
Well,
their
honestly,
diapers. They're
it's a
probably
little bit of
washing their
that.
shit
And
with
I
cloth
think
in a
there's, like,
stream.
there's some cultures that they already worship poop, so it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you're already letting animals shit in your house, it's not a big deal for like now human shit to get added to the mix.
Wow. Remember Cheech and Chong and the huge ass joint? And he's like, damn, man, what's in this shit? He's like, oh, shit. Because apparently his dog ate a bunch of this marijuana and he, I guess, grabbed all the shit and made a huge fucking joint out of it. And it got so high off of it. It was fucking
Our parents
hilarious.
are so fucking stupid. Cheech and Chong, like what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know why my mind went there, but yeah, Pooh. Welcome to the Golden Shit Club.
I've done penis envy mushrooms.
Penis and mushrooms?
If you guys have done mushrooms, like
they
if
the
you've done them
skinny?
enough, most people have done those kind.
The
I'm
brown
kind of
caps.
apparently this
tiny.
is a hot take in like the mushroom world, but there's like ape, like albino penis envy, and there's like
Yeah.
treasure coast, and there's B plus. There's like hundreds of different strains, right? Cambodians, it goes all over the place. I'm kind of the opinion it's all the same. It's like it's all giving you the exact same chemical and in maybe slightly different quantities and whatnot, but I don't really know if there's necessarily a huge difference between one psilocybin strain versus another psilocybin strain. Like you're just getting psilocybin.
Well, okay, so I think all those strains are fucking bullshit, honestly, because I feel like there's like the two that I've ever tried is
There's not, like, a
Cubensis and Liberty
terpene?
Caps. Yeah, and I have the North American Field Guide to
Yeah, I like
to
those.
wild mushrooms, and it's like every mushroom,
Skinny,
but
small caps.
it's
Well,
literally like
they're similar to,
Cubensis.
like,
I think there's
strains
like
now.
8.
Like
There's only really 8, like, or something like that, mushrooms that have like psychedelic effects that aren't deadly, but Cubensis is one of them, and then the other one is Liberty Caps, which are like the really tiny, skinny
Yeah, well,
ones.
Those are my
Those were
favorite.
so fun. I feel like that's a better trip for me.
the
I
Yeah.
feel like
Liberty
it is
Caps just
different.
have way more psilocybin in them compared to what you would get out of a Cubensis. But like once you get into the Cubensis itself, there's like hundreds of different variants of it, but the variants are just where it's adapted to different climates and it looks different. And like, for
But it's
example,
all the same, right?
the penis envy versus the albino penis envy, which is the ape, those are just like mutations that somebody was able to clone, and then you can get a clone or a spore of that and then make your own version of it, and then someone will get another weird mutated version, and then that'll get named something. It's literally the exact same thing that happens in like the weed strain world, where like they'll just get a mutation where all of a sudden, oh my god, now we've got like green and purple flowers, like let's name this something, and then people like make clones out of that and breed it with that. Like the exact same thing happened was in mushrooms, but with mushrooms, again, ultimately they're just like different capsules that have psilocybin in them at the end of the day.
These are the ones that I took that I really loved. Those skinny.
Those
stem
are Liberty Caps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Liberty Caps are
those.
the
I
best, I
love
think.
those.
I've had the most fun on those.
Those are the
I've never had a good
easiest.
trip on
Yeah,
Did an
those are
eighth
the
of
easiest
those.
for me to kind of figure out my dosage. So one time, I wish I knew what kind it was. Somebody in our chat probably knows, but I felt like it was almost like the cap of the mushroom was almost like an opioid had dried. It was like when I bit it and chewed it. I don't always eat them raw, but it was almost like it dusted in my mouth.
Oh,
and
wow.
I had to eat the smallest amount of this. I felt like this, I didn't know right away. I feel like I accidentally gave Jules too much because I was saving this cap for when you got home. I've already had all this stuff over this amount of time, but I saved this one part of the cap, not knowing that this kind of the mushroom, it was just like, pew.
I
Yeah,
need a
anyway.
mushroom trip. I need to do another eighth again.
I don't think I like the
love it.
gummies that they're making with all the
Oh, yeah, no.
mushrooms. My body doesn't break down gummy the same way every day. So today my body could break it down really fast. Tomorrow it might sit in there for 10 hours. So it's like, I don't want to mess around. It doesn't work right with me with weed. I'd rather just eat.
Dude, the
eat
best
weed.
is literally just eating them fresh, like being able to for scientific purposes and microscopy reasons only, growing them yourself, and then accidentally harvesting them fresh and eating them fresh. Like even if like not dehydrating them, not turning them
Really?
into chocolate or
It's more
gummies.
potent?
Oh, absolutely. And because I remember like growing up in Florida where we used to go and like just pick them out of the cow fields. You had to cook them. You had to boil them and make like shroom juice out of it,
That's
because
what
otherwise, you would definitely be getting sick from it. But if you can harvest your own now. Like you can just get spores and you can get little mushroom growing packs like on Amazon, and you just inject it, and there's no chance that it ever touches anything that would make you sick. Then you can just straight up eat them fresh. You can just pick them right off the block
Ooh.
and eat them and put like ranch dressing on them. And honestly, that is far superior to any other
Ooh.
version of this. The only step up from that is that someone does that, and then if they don't want to eat them fresh, then they just dehydrate them naturally. You basically like
Dehydrator.
melt salt and you dry them over salt with a fan going on them for a couple days, and now you've got mushroom jerky for the next couple months that'll last and be just as good and not have to go through any of the weird process that you get when you get like gummies and chocolates.
But the shroom
Mm.
juice is good if you put raspberry tea bags in it. You don't even taste it, and it's just like it goes
I like
down
the
so
ranch
easy.
idea.
I loved it.
I'll tell you something. It took me a long time in life to realize this, and almost like the herb of realizing, oh, if I cook it at different temperatures, different terpenes burn off,
Mhm.
THC being the very last thing that burns off. So you want it to be very high if you want it to get super high, like the different things.
Yeah.
That is the same with psilocybin and mushrooms. And so when you are somebody who boils it and you boil it and you boil it down, I think you get different layers of somebody that's just going to
Well, yeah.
eat it at 98.6.
Because in herbal medicine, there's infusions and decoctions, and they're different. Like, so one of them, you boil the herb, you put the herb in and you boil it. I don't know which is which. And then, you boil it for a certain amount of time. The other one, you boil the water and then you pour it over the herb and you let it I think that teas are more like an infusion. So then you just let it sit with the hot water on it, but you don't boil it and keep it roasting and boiling, like going forever and ever. So one, you do add heat, and there's a reason why you would do each on or
even
one or the other.
even a simmer, even if you just put hot water on it compared to your gut acid.
Yep.
It's like, that's going to be quite a different trip. Somebody
Mhm.
who just chews it.
That's
compared
what
to drinking it.
I had so much fun when we drank it. It just seemed like the cleanest way, and it tasted good, and then I don't know, had fun. But it was
The
Liberty
eating
Cap.
it tastes the worst on my stomach, but my body seems to agree with it more. It knows what to do with it. For some, the poison of it, 100% of the time, gives me a little weird stomach. And depending on how my body has to process it, is what level of the flu it will give me symptoms of the light poisoning. So it's
Mhm.
like, even though I'm having a good time and my head's whatever, sometimes it's like if I have to go through, I've noticed drinking it, I'll get like a runny nose, I'll get watery eyes, I'll get like a sore throat. Like it'll make me go through a lot more symptoms than if I just eat it. It's like my body knows what to do with it or something.
I go through all that with acid too. Like,
Do
I
you?
feel like my face will leak, like my eyes, my nose, everything.
Not me.
Acid feels a little to me like how when they make people after a hurricane not be able to drink because they'll just do crazy stuff. Something about acid makes me feel like I just feel like I could do something crazy because like the way my head works, and like I like fire a lot on acid. Like some of the things I'm
Love fire.
into
Yes, it's the
on
best.
acid are
I
not.
feel
I'm
like
like
on
chaos.
mushrooms you have an extra level of self-preservation that doesn't exist on acid.
And you're just like, hi tree, hi bunny, hi sky. You're just like that.
Hi,
We're on
cop.
acid. Yeah, I've had to deal with a cop on acid before.
Oh my God. Yeah, my friend freaking crashed her car. We stuck acid on her tongue because we were already tripping acid when we went and met her and the cop. It was insane. Like, I can't believe we did all that.
It sounds so crazy now to even say that because we live in such you're not even allowed to have bubble wrap. So it's not even a bubble wrapped world, but we live in such a safe world comparative to how we grew up, but everybody's so scared of everything now.
Yeah.
And it's so safe. Like now when I look back, I'm like, geez, no wonder my parents were so worried. Like it wasn't too many years after they were so worried that I started doing everything naughty. And I feel like even what they were worried about, I went far beyond what they were worried about.
Yeah. Oh
what's
God, I know.
extra funny for me too is I think like my access to every single thing that we could mention was all school. Like every deal happened at like a lunch table at some point.
Yeah, I know. I wrote a check for freaking a bunch of acid tabs.
My favorite ever trip ever, candy flipping, 100%. Ecstasy with acid and good from
That's the
Amsterdam.
only way I liked ecstasy
Oh
was the
my
candy flip.
God.
I didn't like it by itself. I didn't think it was that great.
It was so wonderful. It was so
I think my favorite kind of high is a little Valium, like a joint. Not that I'm going to do Valium all the time, but I remember the time that I was claustrophobic and they gave me like a script for 3 Valium because I had to go through all these CAT scans. And I remember right away being like, oh, like this is my shit.
I'll
Like I
tell you
just loved
what.
how silly, like, and just my body felt silly and my head felt a little silly. I
All
liked
the
it.
discrepancy about kratom, it's freaking great. The green kratom is like, it just does this thing and it makes you so fucking happy. You're just like, you're not high, but you kind of do feel high because you're so fucking happy.
You have to
It's,
be careful with that shit.
oh,
That's
I know.
dangerous.
But
Yeah.
that's what they say. But then I'm like, because I've been taking it
I
like
tried to
twice a
go
day.
overboard on it, and it just didn't do anything for me. Made me sick.
Really? Well, what color did you do though?
Green.
Oh, did you? You might not have had a good green one though. You have to take the right, like, I don't know. Were you drinking that?
Yeah, I mean, like whoever that was in like 2006 or something. Whenever I ordered it, it was like a huge freaking bag. Like I was like, I guess I got to get through this huge bag of this kratom. Like now, I think if you were to order the same thing online, it would probably be like $800. I think I spent like $20 on it or something.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
They always try to give it to me for free at the head shop. Like
I
anytime
like
I
it.
went and got my little Blazy Susan papers, they were like, "Do you want a free bag of kratom?" I'm like, "I'm good."
Mm-mm.
I love
The
it. And then
stories that
somebody's
I've
like,
been
"Oh, you'll
reading.
withdraw if you don't have it," and I was like, no, that's not true either."
It sounded like you were about to be like, "Nope, I've never gone without it. That's just not true."
No, I've had it for like a week, but I love it. It's great.
You know,
It's a great mood
whatever.
booster.
If you feel, I don't
It's
judge
legal
adults
here.
doing their shit. I think it's legal in Florida if they're selling it at the head shop.
Yeah.
I
it's
think
legal.
someone said they made it illegal in California now.
Then it's
Yeah,
probably good for you.
because honestly, too, when my back hurts, it like I have one that's mixed. It's like white, red, and green, and 4 caps of that. Like I like the green. I like to do 6 because that's where like the happy place. But 4 on the other one is like a painkiller. It feels great.
Try booty bumping it.
Wow. Mike
I mean,
Stroh. You little kinky fucker.
Yeah, like a coffee enema.
What you be doing out there,
kratom
bruh?
enema. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like some things, like, let's say someone's like, I don't know, weed's addictive. I'd be like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it literally forever.
So am I.
So
Until
it
I die,
probably is.
baby.
Like I literally don't care. And so I know some people that feel this way about alcohol or whatever their shtick is. Like, so somebody with kratom, I'm like, okay. Like I heard with mushrooms too, they were gonna make it a Schedule 3 as well. And I just think these things,
check your text,
happening to be able to study.
I love that type of
Ted.
communication.
I like how you saw it.
If anyone would like to text me, just send $5 and I got you.
Damn.
That's a new way to make money.
Jay Dreamers, he's gonna see me blush. I'm gonna send that to the ladies. That's an extra tip.
What, they give you a nude?
I'm not gonna tell you
my
on
God.
air. That's for off air. That's where we should have a Patreon. That'll be
The
after hours
audience's
on the
kink is to try
Patreon.
to make Chaney straight. And they send her nudes.
I know. If you guys, I get that things. I feel like I don't. I get things. I get things from people. So
Y'all,
What?
if you guys want to
Is it?
search something gross, search the New Hampshire s'more. Okay?
I saw you talking about this, and
It
is
just
it like some
randomly
hot thing on
popped up.
TikTok? Everybody talking about a new kink.
Dude, yeah.
It's like 2 girls, 1
Yeah.
cup. Shit.
It's disgusting. Oh my God. Apparently people do this. It's nasty. Can I read it to y'all?
Well, it is 2:32 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time, and so if people are drinking coffee with their kids in the AM, because
Be
there's
aware.
126 people watching right now, so Layla is going to read what a Philadelphia s'more is. What is it called again?
After you bust in her mouth, she spits the jizz covered turd into your mouth, followed by you spitting it into her vag, and then you fuck her.
But this is where I don't understand immediately. Where did the turd come from?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
From
She's just
either
sitting in
him
her
or
mouth.
her.
But who's like? It
Like two
doesn't.
girls, one
That
cup.
part's not added onto the script at all. There's just a turd in her mouth, just sitting there ahead of time. Why she?
Maybe.
Hey,
But shouldn't that be the first sentence?
Yeah, it should.
it should.
I'm
absolutely
just saying. If we're playing Monopoly, I need the
It
rules.
should. But
Well, we're in New Hampshire, and I think it's just unwritten rule that everyone
New
has
Hampshire
a turd in their
small.
mouth in New Hampshire.
Maybe it's really a mushroom.
It's probably fair enough.
Oh God.
That's probably. Do you guys have anything fun going on this week?
Martin Luther King Day, baby. I'm off.
No.
MLK Day.
No.
I feel like when I was a kid, it was Abraham Lincoln's birthday or something.
President's
He was
Day.
real.
No, I feel like they would. For some reason, I feel like we had like, and this. I feel like there was Washington's
George
birthday
Washington, and then
Lincoln's birthday, and
So
then
then they
when
just combined
MLK
one holiday to
Day
do-
came, they put it into President's Day,
yeah,
and then MLK. Like they didn't give us an extra day off. They should have just left those two, and then MLK's birthday or whatever.
especially this time of year, like in a school situation, the 3-day weekends are like they fucking save you. 'Cause
Yeah, there were some
January goes on
holidays
forever.
in February. Psh,
Our chat is fucking awesome. I just want to say we have the most dopest people ever in this fucking chat. Always.
they're ready for it. Like
Yeah.
wherever we take them. on a
Fucking love
journey.
them.
I feel like we started off in a weird topic, whatever it was at the beginning. And then we were like, okay, we're talking about weird stuff, a little esoteric thrown in, some dragons, whatever. And then back Cleveland Steamer.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It is
whatever.
awesome. That's why I get distracted sometimes, and I like can't multitask and like hear and read at the same time sometimes. So I'm like, ugh, they're just awesome.
I know they are the best chat in the whole world. And
they really are.
a lot of them, always get excited when I see them on other chats if I go on YouTube.
Yeah, same.
And I see them and I'm like, oh, hey, I don't want to get too excited because I have where there's a show going on like this. And then I'll be like, hey, and I'm so excited to see someone. And then like, I'm like, I feel like I should pay attention. Like, I'm
Yeah,
being bad.
yeah. Like I don't want to deter the chat away from the topic.
I thought you were going to say deteriorate.
Deteriorate. I almost did.
I was like, that would have been good too.
I almost did.
So do you guys have anything fun going on this week besides
I
MLK?
got an episode up right now of Zootopia that we did with Isaac Weishaupt of Isaac, and I think he had a really good breakdown of it. He got into like the satanic MK Ultra aspects. So if you like occult Disney already, you'll probably really like that episode in particular.
Yeah, he always has a good Hollywood breakdown of things. Isaac Weishaupt. Anything else, you guys?
Nor.
Ladies? Nothing?
Nor.
Well, I hope you out there have a great new moon and set your good intentions and say your little prayers and do your meditations and do everything that you good Christians do out there. We love you. Thank you for always supporting us, and we will talk to you very, very soon. Turn it up. Juliette Lewis wants to wake up your husband or wife, whatever the case may be. Or if you're single, just wake up your chihuahua. Okay, bye-bye.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
Here comes Santa. Here comes The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.